was like, there they go.
Hey guys, welcome to Approach the Nerd. It is your host Maria Park, tired as hell, and Kennilo'sTV, tired as hell, but we are here to talk about Charmed.
We have
been here 2.5 minutes. We already started. Not even 30 seconds in, already laughing. Damn. Okay.
Y'all have no idea how she makes me laugh.
On the time out.
Keep going.
So we gonna do this. So we're talking about Charm today. I can't even hit my high notes right now. I'm so damn tired. My voice should nope. What you trying to do, bitch? All right, so here we go. This is the episode I thought we were waiting for.
But it wasn't.
But it really wasn't in a way, but we'll get to that later. I have a few nitpicks. It was a good episode. Don't get me wrong. There were good things. I enjoyed this episode, but you know your girls got some nitpicks. It's just what it is. But first, we're going to start on the Ruby train. Because
I already knew that one was coming. When I did my review, I said, I know Maria's going to talk about this. She's already mad about this.
But so I was going to be mad had it gone the way I thought it was going to go, had the other showrunners done it. But they didn't, because Ruby held fat. Now, Mel was still like, "Hey, give me." Ruby was like, "Hold up, on, baby."
No, you know what? We got to talk about the blue camellia scene because
we're gonna talk about it all. But I just
hilarious. I don't want to get out of the way just yet, but that was my favorite scene of the.
Okay, so we're gonna break this into threes because it's a lot easier to talk about. So we're gonna start on the Ruby Mel train because that's the train we're on right now. So Ruby, once again, she's the opening damn scene of the show. She's walking through the parking lot. Somebody left some sunflowers on there saying, "Hello, my sunshine." I was in my feelings because one of my favorite flowers is sunflowers. So I was like, what the hell? But she's like, then we see a flashback of her and her mother, and they're running from a white man. I was like,
we're like, wait, who the hell is this?
I was like, are we doing some racist stuff already? What the hell happened? Come to find out, for some reason, her mother got with a demon. Now, maybe she didn't know the dude was a demon, but she got with a demon, and he can duplicate himself, and he's just nasty. And they were able to use their Storm's last spell, the only active spell we've ever seen Ruby do, because she did it back, I think it was in either late season 2 or early season 3.
Yeah, it was around that time.
But I thought that was really interesting that her and her mom were both doing it. And then she gets this book and she stabs it and she's like, we're in witch protection. I'm like, is that how you get in there? You stab it.
So that's exactly how we get the witch's protection and why Ruby didn't want to do magic.
Yeah. Now my question is this though, Kenny, if you pull the knife out of the book, are you out of protection? How does that work? So I'm like, okay.
I don't know how it works, but remember they get in the orb and that's how they came out, once they got the orb, and because the girls used it to I think Macy, was it Macy? No, it was Mel that used it to get Maggie and Macy out of that little
out of the thing they were saying. Yeah.
So she had been out of witch's protection for God knows how long now.
So I just wonder how that works. Plus, I mean, do you lose all your active ability? Because obviously she used the windstorm spell or that power spell, whatever, back when she helped them in the command center that time.
I think she still got her power. She just don't use them because she's with Swambi now, so she got to stay under the radar. She don't supposed to tell that she's a witch, but I think she still have her powers.
If she had this storm spell the entire time, why the hell has she been using it? What the hell is wrong?
I guess it's because she didn't want Earl to find her.
No. I mean, anytime she felt like she was in danger, why did she not use this spell? You don't want this one man to find you, but there are other shit out there. You were dating a charm one. Come on.
Right.
I don't understand that shit. Okay, I just had to throw that out there.
I don't know.
I had to nitpick it.
She just wanted to be a damsel in distress. She just wanted one of the charm ones to rescue her. That's probably what it was.
Well, all I know is that Ruby, I'm accepting that this is Ruby's closure story. Now, if they bring her back in another episode, guys, you're going to like this review. But, I'm going to say, hey, even though she said her moment and she had this brilliant damn speech to Mel in the first damn season or episode of this season, I guess we needed to reinforce it. And I will accept that because Mel's hard-headed. So I mean, you need to say things a few times to people sometimes. So I will say, okay. And I mean, obviously Ruby is used to stalkers. So but so basically Ruby goes to Mel and she was like, he's trying. She says I think he's found me or he found me. And I'm like, I kept thinking, did you talk to Mel about this? And then Mel said, who? I said, I guess not. Because
it made no sense when Mel walked up to her and she was like, are you okay? She was like, at first she was about to say, yeah. Then she was like, no. And then she was like, what's wrong? I think he found me. And she was like, who? Wait.
Oh, Ruby, we never had this conversation.
Right. I'm like, because see, we already know her father was, she's mixed, so we know she's Afro-Latina.
Well, that's the thing. I know in real life she's Afro-Latina. I don't know if she's supposed to be Afro-Latina in the show. Because I don't think they've ever said what her father was. So I don't know. I mean, we know who the stepdaddy is. We don't know who. I mean, where is the daddy? I mean, the daddy should be dealing with the daddy.
Probably died. You know how he probably gone. So where is Ruby's mother? We don't even know. Was she talking?
I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming she's still alive. Maybe Ruby wanted to go live her best life in Seattle and left Mama behind. Went to college
probably.
and did her thing. She didn't want to live with Mama for the rest of her life. You can't get it on when you live with Mama.
And she wanted Swanby and Mel. So I guess that was her destiny.
It's a sad destiny. But so long story short, she enlists Mel's help. And Mel's like, no, first off, she's like, I don't know how he found me. And Mel's like, oh my God, I do. It's totally my fault. And we're like, yeah, of course it is. And so they go to the command center and then they start watching a video and the video is like, the charm ones suck.
Oh my God, the propagandist in that video. And then he had all the people.
That guy is like, his superpower is Google. I'm telling you.
Oh, he had everybody picture up there who the charm ones loved. Yep. And he was like, oh, we're gonna get all of them. And we're gonna start, and he had the house right there.
That kind of pisses me off as a content creator because you know I'm talking about. Sometimes you can't find that thumbnail. So where are you getting all these pictures from?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, it took me like 15 minutes to try to find the one that you got in the background.
I mean, seriously. And then you got to upload it. That man was dedicated. So his superpower is definitely Google. So but he was on there spreading. He was spreading the haterade. He was like, "John, what suck?
But
they suck. Everybody suck."
Did you see the picture of Jordan up there? He went on Google about that.
He went on complete blast. And I'm like, so this makes me wonder, do you guys feel safe when you get it on with people? Because he probably has a picture of that too. I'm just letting you know. Ooh. But yeah, so now Ruby's like, yep, once again, I'm in, pretty much being wrapped up in the charmed crap drama that
I'm going to push back on this one. It's not Mel's fault per se this time. It's not her fault this time. This is
no. You got to put yourself in Ruby's head, though. This is what she was thinking. Because remember, she told Mel in the beginning, she's like, it was never about me. It's always been about you.
That's true. So now she had, so this time is not her fault.
No. That's the thing. This is my thing. You know how it would not be Mel's fault if she would just leave Ruby alone. Fucking go do your life.
Well, I think we got 5 episodes left, so we'll see how much them two will be together. Because we'll see
what happens. But I will say though, I love the interaction because like what they did was Mel's like, we need to figure out basically how to save you, but it was like I don't know how to save you. I love how like they went like upstairs. They're trying to do this. I think it's called the Blindahe doll spell. We're gonna call it the BD spell because I don't have time to be mispronouncing stuff. It's too early.
I don't need.
So the BD spell, or I can say B dolls, whatever you want me to call it.
I just said doll.
Basically, it makes a voodoo doll of you, and then when you get killed, it actually affects the doll in the run. Like you feel the pain of whatever, like if you're shot, stabbed, whatever. But the doll is the one that actually gets the infliction. But you can only use that spell once. I'm assuming in your lifetime, and then if you
it was only one. They said it was only one get out of jail free card.
Yep. So I was like, well, damn, the charm ones can't use that shit ever. So
and what's so funny is I'm glad we at the part that I wanted to talk about, and I was happy and pissed at the same time with this. The original Book of Shadows.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so Mel uses her time powers. First of all, we can't brush over Mel trying to get some. Okay. Hey Ruby, you want to see me use my time ability to put things through time? And Ruby's like, look, she's like, hey. Oh, like, all right. I see what you did there, Mel. I see what you're doing.
You see, she got drenched when Mel did when she. Well, I'm gonna let you build it up and then I say it.
Yeah, you the dress part. I'm gonna start talking about the fact that she was like, hey, watch me use my ability. And Ruby's like, they panned into her face, and she was like, little eyebrow going up. I'm like, what is this? And so, but we see Mel decides to, she needs to get the spell from the original Book of Shadows, because finally the gods of writing have listened to me, and they have not made it so Mel has a photographic memory and memorized and read everything in the original Book of Shadows. That stuff was getting on my nerves. But so she's like, I need to get that spell. So she's able to actually go back before the book was destroyed to Hilltown and was able to pull it, from that period of time, basically, essentially stealing the book, which I gotta say, another nitpick. That house would be like, woo, book is gone. Like fireworks, intruder alarms.
Oh my god.
I mean, I get that they did it within. I don't think they were in the house. They were in the command center, weren't they?
They were in the command.
Yeah, they were in the command center. So yeah, that house should have been like, oh, hold up.
Hold on, wait. Now, I think it's a loophole with this one. It was still Mel that actually touched the book and went into the house.
Well, so even still, though, Kenny, that's some shitty damn security. I mean, they could have been like,
the house. I guess the house recognized that it is her that's coming in, so it's not like it's a real intruder like the demons or somebody.
That's all good. That is all good, but you still stole the book out of the damn attic. So I mean, at least the girl should have been like, hey. That book was right there. Where the hell is it? I mean, was her memory that spot on that she knew that period of time nothing was going down that day? So she just took the book. I mean, how did she know they weren't about to use the damn book for something later?
You know what? I was thinking the same thing, but I was just like, but she did say, I can't keep it. I have to put it back in the time that it happened.
In the exact moment, yeah. But again, what do you alter in that period of time? Like time is a construct, so we don't know how time works. Just because you can move shit through time doesn't mean that you got a damn TARDIS. You don't know you don't know what's happening.
Yeah, because you heard Ruby. She said, "Do you know what the consequences that you do when you do this?"
Nope. I do know I sent a turkey sandwich through time and space, and then I still ate it, and maybe I shouldn't. I don't know who touched that sandwich. That's nasty. Anyway, but she got the book. They were able to do the spell. And they were going to get the ingredients. They needed to get one upstairs. So I guess when she said there's some upstairs, I was thinking, oh, they're going to the magic shop. And then I was like, how the hell are you going to the magic shop when you just had Ruby with a bunch of kids in it? They got kicked out just the other week. I'm like, what magic shop? There's no damn magic shop anymore.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Like, really?
I knew that was coming. I didn't pay that part no attention, but I remember them saying they had to go upstairs. But when I was doing my review, I was like, I don't know why they went upstairs.
I'll tell you why. Because they don't make any damn sense.
But this is my nitpick of the whole situation. Now, it was said, the whole Book of Shadows. I miss that book so much, and it was like when she put the book on the table and asked Ruby, "Do you want to see a trick? Show me how to make the dolls," and how the book just turned. I love that part of the show, but we're stuck with that book over there, and I'm like, how are they gonna, cast a spell on this book to make it the Book of Shadows? I mean, that's my nitpick. We need the Book of Shadows back. We need the original. I mean, keep that one that they created up somewhere, because it's like a book that you just go buy out of Barnes and Nobles. That's probably like a little small. I think we need a big. I don't know what the witches call those type. I forgot what they call those kind of books. Those big old books.
Grimoires.
Yes, that's what I was looking for. We need a big old grimoire sitting on the table And then, if you remember, in the original, their powers were tied to the Book of Shadows. So, are their powers not bound to this book as well?
I don't know. I think the Black Ambers and the trees where they get their stuff.
Okay.
So they the book is just an asset that they, and I thought in the OG Charm that they actually it was a book that Melinda started that put spells in so they could learn. I thought their powers were actually bound to their line and their bond. But I think that it was for both.
It might have been a plot construct for that particular episode, because it was where you remember how the trifecta symbol just spread it off the book. Yeah, that was saying that their bond was broken and they couldn't.
Yeah, I think it was reflective. I think that they became stronger when they were together, and that it bonded on the seal of the book. But I think that wasn't what gave the OG Charm their powers. That was actually their family line because they came from Melinda Warren. But I feel like in this one, I think I don't actually know who the hell their ancestor is, because Melinda Warren.
It is Melinda, but we supposed to get it. But I guess it's Kayla's, mom and dad took up this whole.
No. We're gonna talk about that last. Ooh,
I already knew that was the big right there. But let's go ahead and let's continue.
I was like making my girl's blood pressure rise. Okay, so and we are seeing your comments, guys. We'll go through some of them when we're done. We're gonna try and get the review because we tired. We need to take naps and we got shit to do.
I'm looking at all of them. I want to say some stuff, but I'm like no.
Yeah, we gotta wait. We gotta hold up. All right, so let's finish the pain train. So Mel, and first of all, I don't know why Mel thought this was gonna be okay because of what happened with the last Blue Camellia. Right. Mel does not learn, and see, this is why you have to tell Mel stuff over and over. And she's actually one of my favorite characters. But so they go upstairs because again, magic shop, that's some BS. And then of course, the stepdaddy is there. He's actually got some guy, and he's like, "Tell me."
And I'm sitting here like, how would he know who Ruby is?
Okay, this is my next nitpick. You ready?
Go ahead.
Mel, you are a whole ass charm one. And from what it looks like, a demon is terrorizing a human being, and you're like, let's go back down to the command center and hide. What?
She's like, oh, the hell not. We going back downstairs. I know that's a nitpick, but let's play devil's advocate. Okay. He is in trouble, and the demon is, bullying him. She can't expose magic in public forums in front of humans. So maybe that was her mindset. We can't expose magic, or we may. Well, hell, they ain't got no damn consequences. So why the hell not?
Exactly. Not to mention, she could pretty much do a spell to erase all the people's memories. Like put them all to sleep. She can do whatever the hell she wants. Yeah, I mean, now at this point, they got like a bat freaking belt with everything in it. I got a potion for this and a potion for that. I just carry potions everywhere.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that in a minute. So, okay. So, again, we like the episode. Please don't think that's not what it is, but we got a nitpick. It's just what it is. So, I was in my feelings that as a charm one, Mel was prioritizing hiding with her girlfriend in the command center over the fact that this guy, and she didn't know what the demon was going to do if he didn't answer this question. Like, he was already roughing him up. He could have actually set him on fire or some shit. We don't know what he's capable of. You're going to leave this poor defenseless guy minding his own business. Probably came there to get some damn coffee and safe space and getting bullied over your girlfriend or your ex-girlfriend. Get like, let's go down to command center. I'm like, Mel, come on. Be better. This is what they're saying about you in social media.
Yes, and that's the whole hypocrisy of it all. You're actually doing exactly what they say you're doing, even though you're probably unconsciously doing this.
Yep.
You probably don't know, you probably really are not meaning to do this, but you're making the magical world look at you like, y'all really don't care about us.
Only about people you care about in yourself. Yep. And each other. That's literally it. That's what it looked like. So I was like, okay, I gotta say, I mean, the power of witch cancellation. I mean, I'm just putting it out there. So then they're about to go, and of course, here comes Daddy. Hi, sunshine. I'm like, he is a creepy little fucker. He really is
creepy. Oh,
and so she's like, of course, she carries the Blue Camellia match pack with her
everywhere she goes.
And she's like, grab my arm. And then they show up at the club.
And here's my favorite part, but I gotta let you go ahead and just build
I'll do that. I know you're about to go out. Okay, so they get there. And then everybody's like, what the hell this bitch doing here? So at first Mel's like, oh yeah, I kind of had a
don't forget what Ruby said. Do not skip over what Ruby said. Because when they walked in, what the hell she doing here? She had like she just walking in like nothing happened. What happened? I might have had a hot girl summer and kind of ghosted a lot of the magical girls here. You want a beer?
In alphabetical order. And so and they started throwing shit at them, and she's like, well, how many people did you go? So she actually kind of slut shamed Mel a little bit right there.
But no, the part that I like is when that woman shouted, do you want a beer? And threw and they both ducked at the table. Because see, I was thinking at first when she came in, I was thinking it was the unseen, because they was hearing the propaganda. But no, it was like all these women were there to get Mel's ass. I was like, damn.
I was looking like Jake from State Farm or what. But no, like my favorite part when Roxy comes down, my girl has a little panic button. And this is another nitpick that I have. You ready?
I'm listening.
The button blew out all the candles and sent all the people in the bar home except for Mel and Ruby. How does she know? How does the button know not to blow out these two candles, these specific candle of that? Because technically Ruby's a hitchhiker, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why Mel's candle was not blown out. Because they blew out everybody's. There should have been no discrimination. It should have been like, oh, you jokers, get the fuck out.
And this is another devil's advocate moment. Maybe Roxy already knew who, Mel's candle. We don't know. Maybe she put a spell on it at that particular time before she pressed the panic button to keep her there to, grill her. Because she got on her ass when she did do that.
So I will accept this. We know Roxy is in the mail.
Yes.
So she could have made it so, she probably did something regardless of this button to keep her there, meaning she is her safe space, basically, at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
But if that is not the case, it's because they didn't actually think about it.
They probably didn't.
The writers were like, we need you in this scene, so don't worry about it. Everybody else can go home.
Because as writers, as we're writing, and I tend to do this. I tend to, when I do it, I write, and as the ideas are coming, and you planned it out in your mind, then you skip over the most important parts of how it happened, how you got to this point, and try to make the stuff make sense. Maybe they forgot, like you said, they probably, say, well, we need them two here, so screw it.
Well, I will tell you this, as a fellow writer, especially one that writes screenplays, that's bullshit. Those writers forgot. They were in that writer's room saying, we gonna get rid of all these motherfuckers, but Mel and Ruby. I'm like, okay, for plot convenience sake, the button just.
And that's what it was. Plot
you're safe.
That was what it was. Plot's convenient.
And button was like, you go. Oh no, you gotta stay. You can stay too because you with her. Bum 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 bum. And how did the button know that Ruby was there? I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. So anyway, just putting it out there. I'm putting it out there. Just put it out there. So then it gets really interesting because Ruby is already seeing that Roxy is in the mail. And I knew Roxy is in the mail because Roxy starts talking about you. She actually came over and she was testing the damn waters. She's like, you might want to get another girlfriend to Ruby. This one's trouble. And I'm like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing right there. You're trying to see that thing.
You saw how she was stammering. She was like, well, we're like, well, we're not together anymore.
The way she said it, well, no, we're not. I mean, girl, spit it out. Say you with Baby Swan, move on.
I know, right? And Mel was trying to figure out, like, so are we together or not? Bitch, she's with Swan Bee. She's not with you.
Well, I told you, though, Mel does subscribe to the family Vera's secret of cheating. I'm like, so not a problem in the Vera family. But so they basically get the rundown, or Mel explains what's happening with Ruby, and she's like, I'm trying to keep her safe. Can you at least stay here, help us until we can figure this out? And of course, Mel and Ruby have this talk, and Ruby once again basically is trying to cock block Mel. You know that's what's happening.
Well, but I mean, after Iron Maiden came, after Iron Maiden left, she kind of figured, because I can see in her eyes she still wanted Mel. She still wants.
I think it was more of, I don't want to be in this relationship with you, but I don't know if I really am ready to see you with somebody else, even though I'm with somebody else. That's what that was. Mm-hmm. I can tell that Ruby is not invested in being in a relationship with Mel anymore. Mm-hmm. You can see it on her face. It. Yeah, because there's plenty of time Mel kind of was like, so, and she's like, blah, 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 blah.
Because it kept coming back, because like right before she took the book, you can see the gleam in her eyes, like, ooh, so, and then it's like, then she had to think about what they went through. And
well, no, the problem is she took the U-Haul back. The contract is over. So anyway, but okay, so then we get to the juicy stuff. So they basically come up with a plan to try and take him on. They try to take him on, it doesn't work. They run back. And then this is where it gets weird for me.
Oh my God.
Mel's like, well, he can duplicate. But now there's 3 of them, and Ruby's like, I got an upgrade. So she was like, yeah. It was like she's 5 years old. You got an upgrade. I was like,
and that was funny because Iron Maiden came out there with her katana blade,
sword, looking like
she was
Trinity.
Like, right? She was like, Mel was like, so what are you doing here? No, she said, we're 3 badass women here. And so Mel was like, you're joining? Yeah, Iron Maiden wants a part of this action.
Yeah, well, right before that, though, Ruby did say something along the lines of, what about Iron Maiden? She's cute. I mean, terrifying, but cute. And I'm like,
I like that nickname, Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden is cool, yeah. I don't think Mel is ready for her, because Iron Maiden is definitely a top. Anyway, so they are all like huddled in this little area in the bar, little secret area in the bar that we saw last time. And then Mel comes up with the Nightingale potion. She's like, oh, we can just mimic your voice. That way we can kind of throw him off. And then here's Roxy. Are you going to tell her? Or am I? And Mel looked like she wasn't going to say anything. She was just going to start kissing her ass. Like, and then be like, oh, sorry, to make it work, I have to make out with you. I don't know if that was her plan or not, but Roxy kind of talked like that.
I think that was her plan, because she wasn't gonna say nothing. And you saw how happy Roxy was. Oh, should I tell her or you? I was like, well, damn.
But you saw Mel's face. She was like, why you doing this, girl?
That's not what got me. Is when they did the action is what got me.
Well, especially when Roxy kissed her first.
It tickled me so bad.
Okay, so then they all split into 3s, and they're walking around, and Roxy takes out one, Mel takes out another one, and then Ruby gets stabbed by the stepfather. But then as he turns around, he's doing his little speech. I wanted to protect my baby girl because I'm batshit crazy.
Wait before you finish. Now, remember, he stabbed Ruby, right? He stabbed Ruby. Now, Iron Maiden and, hot girl summer, Mel comes around.
How you gonna forget Mel's name and get Iron Maiden right? Hot girl summer Mel.
So they come around the corner and they see Ruby fall to the ground. Oh my God, no, Ruby. You remember that? I'm like,
you know what? That was love life. That was a very like, oh no, Ruby, are you okay?
I didn't want you to skip over that part.
Very upset about this. Because in that moment, Mel was subscribed to the Will Shatner School of Acting as Captain Kirk. Ruby, oh no, you're on the floor.
I know. I was like, I'm not going to let her skip over this, because the urgency that Mel had in her voice when she just fainted so beautifully on the ground. Really, Mel? You had no urgency.
Well, to play devil's advocate, I think maybe it's because she knew she had that doll.
Yeah, I already knew that, but
it was bad acting on Mel's part. It was bad. Kenny, we scream louder than that when we drop avocado toast on the floor. No!
I know, right?
She was pouring down.
Look, I done screamed louder when I done dropped pizza, my favorite candy. Yeah. I do the 10-minute rule, but still.
What you mean there's no tea in the house? Oh, hell no. Life is over.
Oh, baby, we going to the store for real. I know.
Inconsolable.
I know. She like, oh no,
But she's like, oh no, Ruby.
I'm like, girl, what's the urgency? Put some urgency.
Well, the urgency, bitch, is that I'm stabbed, but that's fine. But now then she gets up and stabs the guy, and she's like, "Bye, Dad," or something like that, or stepdad, whatever the hell your name was.
Yeah, stepdad. She said, "Bye, stepdad."
Bapple. Okay, and so then he's gone, and then they have their little heart to heart that lasts like 5 minutes. Where Ruby's like, "I will always be your friend," and all I saw was friend zoned.
That's all it was. Because see, you know what Bill said now, because you know Ruby said, "Now I can live the way I want to, and you can date whoever you want to too." And she said, "We will always be friends."
She said it in the way it was just like, wow.
I was like, friend.
Well, Mel, yeah, like you're helping me out, and I will always be your friend. But
always be your friend.
We'll be friends to the end. And then it was like, but by the way, because Mel made this whole speech, and this was her last ditch effort to get Ruby. She's like, and now you can be free to pursue anyone you want. And like I was waiting for Ruby, said I am. Her name is Swan. What the hell? Are you not reading the memos?
Wait. Oh, she did it better. She was like, well, you know, we will always be friends.
No matter what, even when we're not together, I will always have your back, and I'll have yours. Besides, speaking of starting over, check out Iron Maiden over there. Go get some.
She doesn't want me. She doesn't want me. Yes, like, she does.
Yeah. Oh, believe me, she is into you.
She's into Mel. Oh, yep. I'm just like, wow. Mel was into Ruby, but Ruby said, friend zone, you get on over there with Iron Maiden.
Well, I think that's exactly why Mel was not banned from the bar for sleeping with all these women, because technically she was messing with the customers, and then they're not making them want to come back. Right. Essentially having Roxy lose money. So I'm just putting it out there.
Oh, you heard Roxy said you owe me a lot more than just a sorry.
I know. Well, I like when she had them cleaning the bar too. Sweep my damn bar up.
This shit was funny. I died. She was like, well, the bar ain't gonna clean itself. She was like, y'all pick up brooms. The bar ain't gonna clean itself.
That shit was funny. Okay, so now that we're past the Ruby Mel pain train fest, let's move on to Maggie and Harry. I'm so happy that Harry is a third string character. You have no idea.
Oh, you know what? That tickled me. I said, oh, she is gonna love this episode because Harry is really nowhere to be found.
Yeah, he was in and out. He did an important thing in this episode, but we'll get to that. So basically, Maggie and because they like to split the girls up again. And in case in point, I'm not going to talk about Kayla yet, but I did notice there's a point in this episode where Mel's like, I'm going to go back to the command center and see if Harry and Maggie are back. And then Kayla's like, oh, do you want some company? And she's like, no, you just stay here and do you. And I was thinking maybe she wanted the distraction, dumbass. What the hell's wrong with you?
Well, see, I'm going to play devil's advocate.
I know you are. You like to be their defense attorney, but you know what?
I mean, they do need something. They kind of do need a little bit. You know, I drag their behinds when needed. But the thing is, they were probably okay with Kayla. You right, she needed the distraction, but they needed her to try to figure out her connection to her parents. So when they go to the parents, they can try to figure out are they, what kind of magical beings they are. She was trying to get, a distraction because she was in pain. And literally, she sat there for. She put a spell on that damn blanket 37 times. I guess. Well,
you know what? I guess we're gonna talk about Kayla because now that you mentioned the 37 times, we're gonna have to go down this train and then move Harry and Maggie's little thing to last. So we're gonna reverse it, guys. So let's break this down. Okay, this is how I feel. If you are alone in a situation where you are dealing with the trauma of being abandoned by your parents and not knowing why, and understand that your parents are not the same parents as the girls you are somehow connected to magically in this charm, structure, and you're living in somebody else's house, you're in somebody else's city and state, you basically dropped your entire life. Your whole support system is back in Philadelphia. When the girl said, "Do you want some company?" the tone in her voice was like, "I don't feel like being by myself right now." And Mel does not pick up social cues.
She don't. That's why they're not together. That's why her Ruby don't work because she don't pick up on those social cues. Like
she don't. She really don't. She really don't. Look, 5 episodes from now, the season finale, she'll look at Kayla like, "Wait, when you asked me if I want some company, did you just mean you needed somebody?" I'm like, "Oh my god."
Maggie pick up on all of that really quick. Maggie is the one that pick up on that shit real quick.
Yep. If it wasn't for her anger issues, she'd be fine. but no, like I said, Mel is just, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but that girl is slow. I love her, but she is slow.
Slow because she didn't even pick him up when Macy was alive. She didn't even pick him up on. She don't even
pick up her own damn social cues. So how she can put up somebody
That's why I guess that's why Mel. That's why Macy was always with Maggie because she could pick up the social cues. Mel just like, well, I love you, bitch, but you on your own, and that's how it basically.
She just doesn't get it. She don't get it. So, all right. So we're gonna go down the train. We're going down another train today. We're on the same train, different car. So this whole episode, Kayla's focusing on how she's going to meet the parents, how she's going to introduce herself. She had these conversations to herself. She was Australian. She used her real Australian accent. And she was British, English. And then she's like, I don't even have a British accent. And then she was like trying to figure out how to say, hello, I'm your daughter, all this stuff. Building it up. And because of what happened with Maggie, and not Maggie, sorry, what happened with the Unseen, which we'll talk about more when we're Maggie and Harry, everybody that they love, obviously, and we said this a little bit with Mel, are basically in danger because they have an association with the Charmlings, which means by proxy, Kayla's parents are too.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So just to spoil something, Maggie takes on a power from like this magical toad creature that if she touches a human being, it's actually very fucking disgusting. She has like a web hand and like it's sticky crap coming off of it, which I'd smack her. And then when she like touches stuff, if you're a human being, it poisons you. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna talk about my nitpick once again after that. So we're gonna get to that in a second. All right, so basically Kayla's in her feelings. She's by herself. Finally, Maggie comes back home. They have a heart-to-heart. And Maggie's like, maybe, you should just do it. No, basically don't. Basically, it's like, shit or get off the pot. At least you can go find your parents. I mean, I had a dad named Dexter, never got to meet his butt because he died before I even knew it existed. Mm-hmm. He existed. And so that kind of inspired, her to go do it. Plus she was like, by the way, your parents in danger, girl. So like what's his name? Choppy, some weird ass name.
I think it was Chewy.
Okay, so Chewie, that's what we call him. Not to be mistaken for the cool Chewie in Star Wars. He manages, and I don't know where this guy's underground network is. This man is fast. He managed to find her parents, their names and address. And they basically were going to the house, and I think the father's name was Zephyr and the mother's name was Caroline or something like that.
I can remember the mother's name, but the father's name was Zephyr.
I think, and Zephyr, and then hers was Caroline. I'm pretty sure Caroline.
Chi-Chi,
that's what it was. Chi-Chi, thank you. Kevin Jones said I thought it was Chi-Chi. I think that's actually from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, Chi-Chi from Dragon
Ball. Anyway, so they get to the house. Because they show up at the house and they're standing there and Maggie's like, I can go in and get the information if you need some time. So they get in there and I thought at the door that Kayla's gonna be like, hi, I'm your daughter. But she's like, I broke down. And we really would like to use your phone.
Did you see how her dad looked at her when she did?
Well, he's kind of like, who the hell doesn't have a cell phone? And both of you don't have a cell phone in 2022.
And then he looking down the road like, okay, where's the damn car?
Yeah, and honestly though, that got me thinking something else was going on. But I'm gonna get to my other gripe in this situation because it's a gripe. So we go through this whole thing where they're talking and Kayla's still not saying who she is. And Maggie's on the phone, I guess, pretending to be on the call. Yeah. And she keeps looking at Kayla like, fucking say it, girl. What the hell?
Because I was on the edge of my seat. Like, when are you going to say it?
Yeah, seriously. So finally, like, they're drinking like this tea, a sweet tea. And so they're, basically Kayla's like, well, thank you, blah, blah, blah. She asked them what they do. I forgot what the mother said. She's some kind of ologist. I don't know, ologist. And then the father is an artist, but he's a sculptor, which, of course she was like, hey, I'm like, daddy. And then she was starting to leave. And the mother had picked up the glass and the father actually, I think, shook Maggie's hand. And I guess this is, I have a two-parter here of two things that I have a problem with. Well, three. I have three problems. Number one, Maggie, you were told that your touch potentially could harm humans, right? You were not 100% sure that these were magical people. technically you poisoned their ass. I'm like, because Maggie doesn't think. She don't think.
I'm now devil's advocate. I think she kind of knew that he was going to probably go for this hand. She kind of tried to stick the other one out because you remember she had the glass in this hand. So
but she still held the glass in the nasty hand.
Right. So when
and
she
left all the sticky shit on the hand. I'm surprised the glass didn't like stay to her hand.
But when she put the glass down and it finally got unlocked on her hand, she tried, I guess she remembered and tried not to shake it, but he grabbed it. And then she kind of looked, but then she was like, well, they're magical. So like you said, she should have thought about it and like, well, we don't know if they're healing.
Well, think about it. I mean, even if that part is true, you still didn't pick up the damn glass before the lady, because you know she got to clean the table off. Why didn't you pick up your glass and be like, let me take care of that for you being so nice so I don't poison your ass? She don't think. They don't think. They don't think.
And this is why the magical world is after their asses.
Yep, but they know. So then the parents pass out and Kayla's like, what happened? And Maggie's like, oh, I think your parents are human.
Because they both felt like, damn. Because she was like, what the hell just happened? And so she goes, so when they fall out, Maggie was like, oh no, I forgot the poison, it affects humans, it kills them. And I'm like, okay, you just not wanted to tell her this?
On top of that, Kenny, explain this to me, okay? Please explain this to me. How the hell did they know what antidote to use?
Well, hold on, wait.
The Book of Elders is where they read about what the creature was. They don't have the Book of Shadows. Mel got it. They don't have that Book of Shadows. I highly doubt that it's in the new Book of Shadows because they don't fucking know about this creature. So how did they have an antidote? How did they know the antidote?
Oh my God, that is kind of, you know what? That is, I see what you're saying because what I'm going to say is, what if Kayla did kind of call Mel because to find out if she does know a spell? I'm just saying. Oh wait, the phone. They were out. They were knocked out. So
no. But I don't even think that. I don't think. I mean, either Mel didn't have her phone. She was too busy being up Ruby's butt right now. She wasn't answering calls. So they were doing all that stuff at the Blue Camellia at the same time. So there's no way she called. And nobody thought to call Harry. But that's a whole other conversation. So
we'll talk about that one in a minute.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You got me thinking because I was like, yeah, how did?
I like Ray's comment. He said Maria, she used a basic healing potion level. It's not like poison and medicine. Ray, I think you're devil advocating a little too much. You don't know that. Charm, when we've seen in the past, when people get poisoned, you need special ingredients. You need all of this shit. And you mean to tell me that they automatically knew? No, I call BS on that. I'm sorry.
Okay, wait. Now, Kayla did ask her. She said, so what? She didn't say specifically what antidote it was. She just said an antidote.
Yep.
So she was
and then also let me counter with this. Then I'm sure you're going to agree with this. Okay, this is a really big nitpick of mine. Kayla's thumb is killing her. She's trying to sketch and it's still killing her. Right. Mm-hmm. Mel says, "Oh, I'm sorry, Jordan can't heal you right now because he's off helping Ray." Mm-hmm. Now, when she had her thumb cut off, she was using magical painkillers. Remember this in the last episode? Where the hell are the magical pain? You mean I got to use ice? What can I use the magical painkillers? I'm like, you know I'm going to find
Jordan took it with him. Jordan took him with him to give him to Ray. That's what happened to him.
No, he's getting healed by Jordan. Jordan wasn't even in the house when her thumb got chopped off. She's like, oh, I'm on some magical painkillers. Why are you not still on them? Why are you just using ice?
Maybe they're addictive, you know. They
everything in magic is addictive. Like I said. You
ain't gonna give me no headache. You is not gonna give me no headache. I'm already.
You are look. You don't want the truth from Maria. Don't ask questions. You know I'm gonna find it.
I'm saying because I'm already laughing. You know you make me laugh. So
let me tell you this. I did this with 4 hours sleep. Imagine if I had 8. I'm just saying I'd probably find a lot more.
Oh my God. I know how you feel. I know your pain.
Woo. Yeah, I was in there. I'm like, Buddha, Jesus, come on, take the wheel. All right, so back to the house though. They put that. They somehow, some way, always seem to know the antidote to everything. So they had an antidote for this. And then the parents, they wake up and they're like, "What happened?" They're like, "Oh, there was a gas leak and you passed out." Well, if there was a gas leak, why the hell didn't you guys pass out? You went in the damn house too. But you know what? Nobody thought that. So
and this is funny. This is a nitpick. Since you brought that up, you're right. Kayla, okay, now Maggie just went out the door. Now, if it was a gas leak, why didn't they keep the door open? She closed the door.
She did. And then also, oh, wait, hold up. Let's expand on this, okay? If there was a gas leak and they passed out, right? Why are they leaving them in the house and not calling for help to get the gas leak handled?
Oh my God.
But it's okay. It's okay. I suspend my disbelief. At least they think I do. So we just go get to the part that really pissed me off. Here, you ready? So they're at the table. Kayla finally says, "I'm your daughter." And the father and her are like, "Oh, we were hoping for this moment. You probably have 1,000 questions. I guess we should start with why we left you." "Oh no, I don't really need to know that. I don't want to live in the past." I was like, "Bitch,
that was the whole reason why you tried to find them. That was the whole reason."
I literally was like, "What the hell is wrong with you?
Now,
you know how many episodes I waited for this?"
You know, I'm gonna say this. Now, if it was any other situation, I would have agreed with that. That wouldn't have bothered me if it was any other situation. But bitch, that was the whole main reason you was trying to find them, is to see where you came from and who they were, why they left you. That was the whole point. Oh no, I mean, I don't want to dwell in the past. I just want to know you guys. That's all well and good, but bitch, they're human. How the hell you connected to them, and plus magical, and a charm one at that?
And I was sitting there when they said that shit. I swear to God, when her opened her mouth, I said, "Bitch, do you know, Kayla? I genuinely like you, but do you understand how you just pissed me off?" I'm like, why would you not want to ask these people why? That's literally tied to your trauma. Why would you not ask these people why they left your ass at a damn fire station?
I mean, okay. Like I said, if it was any other situation, I would have kind of let it fly.
I'm glad that you would. I would not. Only because you've been building up to this.
No. I'm saying kind of. I'm just saying, if it was any other situation, if the situation wasn't dire, to try to find out why her ass is a charmed one, why she's connected to Mel, Macy, and Maggie, why she, can, do magic, but yet her parents are human. This is the reason why you need to ask the questions.
So I feel like, in some weird, I like what Lincoln just said. She did say she's terrified to ask, and I get that, but she also said she was terrified to let them know that she was a daughter, basically. But she didn't. And she wasn't asking. They were offering. When somebody's like, when they hand you that silver platter of knowledge, you let them tell you. You don't have to do any work. And she's like, "Nah, I don't need to know." And I'm like,
this is what was so funny. Like you said, they was offering. She could have said it in a nice, calm way, like she was doing right there. Like, "Well, yes, I would like to know what happened. Was I, could y'all not take care of me? Did y'all just want to give me a better life and y'all was too young?" And if they would have said we were too young, okay, that's all you need to know, because that's basically why they gave you up. They were too young. They had no idea how to take care of.
Well, but actually, we don't know the whole story. We don't know what happened. That's the thing, because they normally, and I'm only saying this as somebody who has had a daughter for almost 26 years. It is not easy raising a child. It's not. Especially when the other parent is an idiot. So in my case, so it is very hard. And normally when you have a child, I got married out of high school with my first spouse, and I was about our freshman year of college. So I was almost 19. I had my daughter at 20. So we're about 20 years apart. I did everything for my child. My spouse, I had to tell this person how to do anything. Again, idiot. But I always felt like, just playing devil's advocate. If I had to play devil's advocate, when you are a couple and you can't, you create a child and you realize you can't take care of that child, sometimes you don't survive that when you give that baby up. Right. Especially if you didn't want to give that baby up, but you knew it was best for them and that baby would have a better life. Usually that is enough to break you up. Yeah. They were well-adjusted people. These people stayed together. They had careers. They had all kinds of shit. So there could have been more to it. We really don't know.
Because I was going to say maybe they, agreed together to get through that process. Because like you said, normally when you give up a baby or they pass away, it breaks the couple up. maybe they found, solace in each other. Like, we gave up our baby, but let's stay here together in case she looks for us, like she just did. I'm just saying.
Well, and then I would actually, like I said, I'm not trying to take a crap on this situation, but my problem is always this. Like, and I do like to tell people a little bit about myself. You obviously don't know my whole damn life, but right. I'm just saying, like, things that I don't mind sharing.
Right.
I just do it because I like to be relatable. So when I say shit, people aren't like, oh, what the hell, But so like, I don't have a great relationship with my dad at all. I don't
either.
I know we had to talk. We have these talks behind the scenes. We got a lot in common. But if I was left and like I had to meet my dad and my mother for the first time, and then I realized, first of all, I'm like, I'm half white, and this is all new information. And then I go and meet, them, and then they're like sitting there, and then they ask me if I want to know why I was given up. Even like if you play devil's advocate and you say, no, I don't want to dwell in the past, there's no way you can't, because you're going your entire life wondering why you were left by these people. And if you plan on building a relationship with them, it is in the back of your mind and it's always going to be there. It's like, these people gave me away and I don't know why. Was I not good enough? Could you not take care of me? So for me, I felt like she did that because she was scared to be rejected. She was scared to realize that they didn't want her. So that is what I think happened. And I get that on a level, but I wish that they had expanded on that, if that makes sense. Like, it would have been a little bit more.
I'm going to say this. They're probably saving it toward the season finale, maybe the episode before the season finale or the season finale, because remember, we're supposed to be, Kayla, we're supposed to get to know her through the whole entire season. So they did say it was going to take the whole season for us to figure out who she is.
I would love that. So if that happens, that'd be awesome. But for right now, the way that this episode ended, it was like, okay, we're going to put that in a box and not worry about it anymore. And I'm like, I don't want this to fall into the other CW shows, because I cannot tell you how many shows I have watched where this shit has happened. And I'm just like, why? You're building me up just to say,
look, they need to get better showrunners, but Charm got some good showrunners right now, so they're on point. But they but in the interview, right before the season started, they said this was going to be a full season of getting to know Kayla and finding out her, connection and where she come from.
So we're going fingers crossed, because outside of my nitpicks, they still are doing a pretty good job progressing the plot. So I can't say anything about that. Okay, so let's jump over to Harry and Maggie. So Harry and Maggie are looking through. They're looking for the Unity Bowl, and they're trying to get information. They're trying to find the ledger for the Unity Bowl to see who got it. They're basically in this museum situation or pawn shop or fucking magical artifact store, and they run across. Well, first of all, I knew something was wrong because they're talking. Maggie's still in her feelings about Ray. Not talking about his heart condition and blah, 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 and him being an idiot. And then she sees an unseen poster. Yeah. Which again, red flag.
No, that's the biggest red flag. If you see that, and if it's not beating you in the face, that should be telling you something.
Slow thinkers, the charm ones.
I'm gonna give her this. I'm gonna actually give Maggie this. Hold on, Maria. I'm gonna give her this. When she did see it, she was like, okay. She did react. She was like,
but she didn't think it was applicable to the situation. Now, if I walked in somewhere and saw like a swastika or like a Ku Klux Klan freaking hood, I'm like, I'm in the wrong damn store. It's time to go.
And you are correct. She didn't apply it to that situation, but she did react enough to say, okay, something isn't right. But it wasn't to the point where she'd be saying, do I need to be here or do I need to get my ass out?
Well, see, this is why I feel like my spirit is tied to the movie trailer of Nope. Because girl would have been gone. Anyway, so she was like, oh yeah, blah, blah. This is crap, bad taste. And then she goes and talks to the shop owner. Well, first Harry's talking about the ledger and he's not really saying anything about that. But then Maggie comes up and he's like, oh, it's a charm one. You can't be in here.
So what you mean? Why can I be here? And I'm like, you know why. You just seen why you're not supposed to be here, but then you're going to sit here and ask him why.
But you know what's really funny is the Charmers are now being treated like POCs. The white man in the store talking to the white man in the store, and then the ethnically ambiguous one is coming up and like, I know you're a POC. Oh, you're something like one of them. You can't be in this store.
What it was when Harry was standing there. Oh, so let's go ahead and continue our shopping. So she walked up, both of you get out. Like, okay.
Well, I was just like, this is not this. I revoke people's POC cards all the time. I probably should. It's very ignorant, but when it comes to putting your life in danger, I take that card big as shit. I'm sorry, Maggie, your card is gone, girl.
If she ever applied for
never had one.
That's what I said. If she ever applied for one,
She social cues that she needed to apply for a damn card.
I saw that sign and it was beating me like this, in my face, like.
If I was Maggie, this is how it would have gone down, Kenny. You be Harry. We gonna go to the store. Oh, hell no. Harry, you got to go. Got the marble.
But you know what? But what's so funny? I don't see what's so funny. Harry can't even orb no damn more, so he's gonna have to.
I'm gonna throw your ass to throw that marble down, throw your ass through that portal. We're going back to command center. Look, it would be a 5-second trip. I wouldn't even be out the portal. I would see it, I'd be racking right back in.
You better know it. I'll be dragging your ass. I'll grab you by the collar. We be ready.
Well, Harry, I say, Harry, you wait. You be all right. You go ahead.
You do what you got to do. I'm getting the hell out of here because I'm black. So.
Now, was Harry's picture in the propaganda video? Because if so, then shouldn't he have gotten that reaction too?
That's what I was trying to, because there was 4 of them that I remember, but I don't know if his was, it might have been. I would need to look into that. He might have been in that propaganda video because it was Ruby, Jordan, Josefina.
Josefina was in it.
Who was the other one? Dang. I can't remember.
I can't remember who the 4th one was. I mean, it could have been Harry. If it was Harry,
might have been Harry.
Then that is messed up.
because Harry is technically not a charmed one. But you know what? I had to give him.
But neither of the other 3. That's fine.
Well, that's true. Well, what I'm saying is, he probably was in the propaganda thing,
okay, they're saying it was Ray.
Oh yeah, I knew one was Ray.
Harry dropped so damn far. He's not even in the poster. They beat the video.
Well, maybe they do consider him a charmed one. Who knows?
Oh, that's awesome.
I
love how they got Ray and freaking Josefina.
And then I was saying, how the hell did they get Josefina? Josefina is like down in the Caribbean.
Because Josefina being discreet saying, I'm the cousin of a charmed one.
She probably is, and they probably like being
she was like, jump. Anyway, but she was going around to all these parties. She was going to the ferry. She was invited to that ferry's christening, or I don't want to call it a christening, but I forgot what it's called. Her coming out when she gets her wings.
Yeah, when she
invited Jordan. Yeah. So she met a lot of people in the magical community. So that's probably why she did.
What I was gonna say is, I do give Harry a little bit of credit this episode. He was acting like a white lighter again.
Which is funny because he's not one.
That's my point.
Like a white lighter when you're no longer a white lighter. That's not when you start the job.
Right. He was acting like the charmed one's white lighter again. This whole episode, he was acting like it. I was like, this is something we ain't seen since season 1.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Well, and then I was like, first of all, okay, so let's jump to the ledger part. So after Maggie gets in her feelings, her anger management comes out. She touches the thing, takes the guy's little slimy, freaking hand grabby, nasty freaking fin or web finger freaking ability. She's still holding it when they go back to the command center. So and Harry's trying to pull it off, and it was actually really funny. But they're going down the list, and he sees, I think it was DB Vaughn was one of the people, and when he touched it, there was blood. Which means it belongs to a dead person. And as soon as I saw that name, I think it is a DB Vaughn or DB.
No, DBV.
Yeah, DBV. So it was Dexter B. Vaughn.
Right. So when he touched it, it was still smeared. He couldn't see it until he used the unseen potion.
Yeah.
That's when he got the last part from. And
And he used his necro lighter. I still can't. Necro lighter powers is so weird to me. And he was able to go over. Now I will say this: props for Harry also being stupid, because the last time they were there, they barely made it out. And that was with him and Maggie and the guardian from the tree.
Right.
So like she's not there to protect you anymore. And he's like, I'm just gonna go see what this is. And then he went over by himself. And he went to, and of course Dexter's there. And I'm like, I should know by now. Every time they name drop something in this show, we're gonna see it.
And that's what I said, because I was like, they name dropped him in the season 1. We got the chance to see him. He made cameos, when we got Macy's backstory and why Marisol wasn't around. But we didn't get anything, and Maggie never even got to meet the guy. So when she was saying that, oh my bio dad died, my bio dad died before I even got a chance to know who he was, I was like, oh, Dexter may be showing up.
Yeah.
He may be showing, and I mean, like if lightning didn't strike 3 times, he was there. I was like, wow.
Well, are they implying that him using Dexter using the Unity Bowl when Harry finally goes over, that's what killed him?
I think so, because he was like Destiny. Well, no, he was alive because if that's the case.
It depends on when, because he kept, remember, he was trying to be happy again, and it could have been after Macy had gone to college. He was trying to do that. So I don't know. I'm just really curious at what point was he doing that?
Because it could have been when Macy left, because remember Maggie was still a little girl at the time, so it could have been at that point, but she was still with Ray. Well, no, Ray probably was already.
Yeah, I think Lincoln, you're right. I think Dexter died in 2016, so that had to have been because this show didn't it start in 2018? Mm-hmm. It was supposed to be 2018, so yeah, 2 years before Macy shows up in Hilltown. Yeah. So yeah, I think it might have been after she went to college. So I guess we'll find out if they talk about it in the next episode. That'll be interesting.
Oh, we'll know. Yeah.
But I will say though, so he gets over there and like Dexter's there, and I was like, "Hey, Dexter!" But we should have known, because when Mel name dropped her dad, we got Ray at the end of the episode, or Maggie got Ray at the end of the episode, and then now Maggie was talking about never meeting Dexter, and now we got Dexter. And so when Harry was in there was like a creepy bride. Who I
don't even know who the hell that is.
It better not be Marisol and Macy.
Well, we know it ain't gonna be Macy, but I'm
just saying Macy did have a wedding dress and her hair was messy, and so
I'm gonna say we need Marisol, because we ain't had Marisol since season 1. Mm-hmm. Well, we did get her in season 2 when no, it was season 3 with Maggie and Macy when in the prom episode. That was the only time we actually got it, but we need another episode with Marisol. So she got to be coming sometime soon.
Maybe, that might be her. Maybe she's just pissed. I'm saying, if it is Macy, if they're trying to say that's Macy, it's because of how they did her hair in that wedding. I did in my review back in the day when she was dying and she had that wedding dress on. I'm like, you put this beautiful dress on her and you didn't comb her hair?
They sure didn't. They sure did.
So she's probably like, what is this shit? And that's why she's like crazy. And
my whole thing is, how would Macy be in the veil when she was in the tree?
That's true. It probably is Marisol. Maybe that's why they can't conjure their mamas, because she's out there pissed off and around. Just saying. We're assuming they never tried, and it's just that she's just not showing up. She's mad. But no, I don't know. I actually have no idea who that is. It's interesting, but there's a lot of savory people. I'm surprised that the Tallyman's brother's not trying to pop out again every time Harry shows up. Because every time he walks away from their little golden feet, it just seems like they could just go step on it. Why are people saying?
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, he said you, because anybody can step on them golden feet
and go back to the land of living. Yep. So I don't know. And what happens if you get re-killed or vanquished or whatever once you come back? So I guess we'll figure that out too when Dexter's there.
Yeah, because
but yeah, that's the thing. So, okay. So long story short, Dexter explains he wanted to get the Unity Bowl to try and break the necromancer spell that keeps him from, so he can get back with Marisol and his daughters. And what's really funny to me.
You need to read Ray's comment.
What? Which one? Macy is not a ghost. She is transformed into another type of magical being, a higher spiritual form. Which one?
It was, Where is it? Okay, it can't. Hold on, it can't be Marisol. Where's that? Ray, you didn't delete that comment, did you? It was because he's like, maybe is okay. No, that's not it. Where's that comment? It was so funny. He said maybe it was Prue being mad at Macy for time.
There it is. Maybe that wasn't Ray. That was Blue Savior. Maybe that evil bride is pissed that Macy died because the oldest has always died. She's like, damn, girl, we had one shot to get this right.
Okay, I'm sorry, Blue Savior. That's what I was looking. I was looking for that comment. I was like, I thought it was Ray.
That's a damn shame.
That was hilarious.
That's a damn shame. That is a damn shame. Maybe it's Piper. She's angry. She's like, they can only be 3 bitches.
And there's 6 of us.
And it's called the Hallowells. I'm tired of this. Hashtag Hallowells only.
You know, it could be. It could be. But yeah, that tickled me. But yeah, we're going to have to figure. Now, you already talked about the end part, right?
About which part?
The ending.
Envy?
No, ending.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
So basically, like I said, Harry was talking to Ray, and they were talking about, so Ray gave him, I'm sorry, not Ray. Lord have mercy. Harry was talking to Dexter. Do not read Ray's comments while you're doing the review. I've learned this. They come quickly, and then you get distracted. And so basically, he wanted to be with Marisol. And I love that, we get to see that he actually was committed to, because they kind of made it seem like Dexter was like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I can't be with you anymore. I'm going to live my life, raise this baby, and do whatever. But it actually, you see how he was suffering. I think that was really, to me, that was actually very, relatable. And so I love that he spent his entire life not forgetting about Marisol, even though Marisol married a whole ass other man, had a male, and he was still like, someday I'm gonna get my bitch back. And so he got beautiful.
That didn't happen. I did a Dexter.
No, it didn't. I mean, look, your name is Dexter. You're gonna be a serial killer or die by magical women. And he even said, when you're attached, to magical women, shit happens. That's why I'm wondering if that bowl of unity killed him.
It had to, probably.
I think that's probably what it was. So basically, Harry's like, okay, well, I need you to tell me about this information because Maggie already lost her sister. She can't lose her father.
I hate when they do that.
I'm like, Harry, you just told the man who's been calling Maggie his other daughter and who thanked you for loving both Macy and his other daughter, Maggie. And then you talk about his other daughter, Maggie, losing her dad.
I hate that. I hated that part.
Yeah. I mean, we all know Harry is also a slow thinker.
I'm like, Harry, shut the hell up. This is this girl's biological father. Yes, Ray already knew that Maggie wasn't his. You didn't have to throw it in Dexter's face that Ray raised her. Yeah. You didn't have to throw it in his face. He was trying to get back to her. Then not only that, he was already pissed that Ray took the love of his life and he could be with her. I'm like, Harry, shut the. I was like,
I just at that moment I'm like, Harry, this is why you need to go back to Bridgerton in that one episode and stay there. But he, Dexter did give us he dropped a little knowledge. He talked about these 9 powerful creatures, magical creatures of history, who all came together to forge the one ring to rule them all. That's what I got out of that.
Man, that is too crazy.
Wasn't a ring, but that's basically what went in my head when he was saying that. So, we had a little Lord of the Rings shit going on there. And then something happened with the lady in the wedding dress. Maybe she actually is nobody important. Maybe she just couldn't get the dress she wanted, and she became a bridezilla, and she's just stuck over there. She's attacking everybody randomly.
Oh my god, that is so effed up if that's the truth.
She was like, "I was on that."
Hideous. I can't lie, that dress was hideous.
It was awesome. Yeah, well, she wanted to be on say yes to the dress, and they wouldn't let her on. She's like, "Well, I just gotta kill myself." But so she lunged at Harry, and Dexter's like, "Look out, Harry!" And I knew it. I knew he was going. As soon as he did that shit, I knew he was bringing him back to the land of living. I knew it.
But see, what made it so funny to me was Harry was still knocked the hell out while Dexter came to him, just like. So I'm like, did Dexter? I mean, because they both hit the feet. They both hit it. But my thing was, did Harry stay back? Because at first, when I was thinking, did he stay behind and Dexter came through?
No, and then they were both laying side by side. You saw Harry, and then you saw Dexter and Harry like side by side laying on the ground.
But Dexter came too before Harry did, and that's what made me think about.
Well, Harry gets drained whenever he uses his necro lighter power, so
it takes him a minute.
Yeah. Now in the trailer for next time, it doesn't even show Dexter. It shows them getting trapped in this little like snow globe house, which is so reminiscent of the one that Piper and Prue were stuck in. Remember?
Oh yeah.
I actually love that. But I have a question. So like the 9 powerful magical clans, creatures, whatever that came together, did they come together and form Michaela?
They probably did.
Because if she is what if she is the ultimate power? Because remember in the first episode of the season, Mel basically implies, that potentially that's what she is. But she was saying it more directly towards the charm line, but that could have been like a little Easter egg for us that this is why Kayla is so powerful. She actually is the ultimate power that they all came together for.
And she's really not, and to be honest, I'm kind of getting to the point to believing she's not Marisol's.
Oh, no, I know she's not Marisol's.
No, somebody in the comments should say Marisol donated an egg.
No, guys, I know you want it so bad, but it's not true because there would be no reason for 2 parents to give up their child if they got a donated egg. Like, do you know how much that procedure costs? Like thousands.
And see, the thing is,
thousands of dollars.
We're gonna need that. We're gonna need that Marisol whole card if Maggie or Mel decide to leave. So we're gonna need that whole card. So just put it in the back and
it's a circle of hoes.
Oh, you're gonna have me pass that off. You're gonna have me pass.
It's a whole life night for me. Okay, so yeah, this is what happens when we don't have sleep, guys.
Because I am sleepy and hungry.
This is what it is. But I mean, honestly, I think it would be very cool though if she was created. If Michaela is basically a source of power and not just she's not even human. It would be freaking cool to me because then she has to learn how to be human. To actually, what I mean, to accept the fact that she's supposed to be this like non-existent thing, just power, and yet she's in physical form and has emotions and feelings. And then what is that going to mean? So
and that could be, and they could have, they could have implanted her in Carolyn, and that's how she became. But then she already.
Wouldn't that be funny if Carolyn didn't even realize, like they were like dating or whatever, and they hadn't even had sex yet. And she was immaculate conception.
Immaculate conception. Yes. Yep. And she was like, and then it was like, well, but see, the funny thing is now we both know. Okay, everybody in the chat and we both know those are her parents. When she stuck her finger on the easel and the blood came out, it showed who her parents are.
Yeah,
those are her parents.
They did show her those were the parents. Yeah.
How she became the charmed one, we still got.
But I mean, just because those are her parents does not mean she still couldn't have been.
No, I like your theory. I like your theory.
Yeah, I feel like the clans could have manipulated that situation, and the best way to hide something that powerful is to human parents.
And I like that theory because remember, look what happened with Billy and Christy. That was the same thing because their parents were both humans, but they knew they were witches because the grandmother was a witch.
Yep.
And I know we both hated Christy. Oh my God.
I didn't even want to use magic. I just want to street fight her in the streets. I wanted to fight her in the streets. Seriously. I could not stand it. I hated Christy. Oh my God. Hated her.
Oh,
so
you have no
much.
I love Paige more than I hated.
And that's saying a lot because Paige got on my nerves too.
Paige got on my every effing last nerve. But for me to say that I liked her more than Christy is saying a whole lot.
It's saying a lot. Yeah. I try to be open-minded with Paige. I love Prue, and Paige just got on my nerves. I don't like bitchy people and whiny people, like when they just whine and they just stop. Just go. Just stop.
She came in whining because Prue was the most powerful witch, and she wanted to prove herself. I'm the most powerful too. Bitch, how? Yeah,
but I mean, the problem that what was so hard for me is we had Paige, but then we had to stomach both Billy and Christy at the same time. I'm like, this is too much.
Now I ain't gonna lie. Kaylee Cuoco, she did what she was supposed to, but it was still campy.
It was the writing, though. I'm always gonna say it's the writing problem. When she first came in, she was an apprentice. That was fine. But when she started looking for her sister, she started being cuckoo. And then she was like, I don't trust the Charmers anymore. Oh my God, you're right, Chrissy. Maybe you protect my sister. I'm like, just shut up.
Like, you just got your sister back for how many years? She's been in captive for like over 20 some odd years. And you're going to sit here and trust her over the Charmed ones? I mean, okay, I understand this is your sister. She's family. But you ain't seen her since the night she got kidnapped.
True.
So if the Charmed ones are telling you we can't trust her just yet because we don't know where she's been stuck in this cavern. You don't know who took her. We need more information. Why won't you trust them, but you'll trust her? Oh, we shouldn't trust the Charmed ones. Oh my God, they're this and they're that.
I mean, I'm telling you, like I said, the later seasons of Charm are hard for me. It's just what it is. There were good things that came out of it, but then there were also like, what the hell? Because I love Chris. I love Piper's and
I like Chris, but he got the wrong end of the stick.
He really did. He really did. But so we got our track. We had to have our Charm moment. Overall, like that, good episode. Had my nitpicks. You guys knew I was gonna have nitpicks. I don't even know why you even come to this channel and think that was gonna happen. It's gonna happen in every show. You think this is bad. I told Kenny this, I think, in Marco Polo about Arrowverse.
Oh yeah, we always talk about Arrowverse. Oh my God.
So I know you guys, especially on Instagram, have been messaging me, asking me where the Arrowverse weekly recap is. And it's tied very synonymously with my blood pressure. So like
it's more of Naomi that gets on your nerves more than any other show so far.
It really, because I gave up on The Flash a long time ago. I just review it just for the hell of it now. I don't care what happens to them. But Naomi, it hurts me personally because this is the last Black female-led superhero show on TV. Well, the Arrowverse, as far as they're concerned. I don't know what it is. They can't write powerful Black characters that lead shows. They can't. You got to make them bitchy, whiny. They just do shit that this boggles your brain. It's like you are leading this show, but why? I mean, I'd rather watch the side character over here because you're getting on my nerve. I mean, hell, at this point, it could have been called Annabelle, and I would have been fine. I'm just effing tired. So like, I'm in my feelings. I watched Naomi. I'm in my feelings about Naomi, and there's a 2-hour season finale coming up, and I don't know how I'm gonna get through it. I'm gonna be real with you, but
I'm gonna probably come in here and troll you that night.
I'm gonna cry. You want to see me cry in the stream, guys? It will happen. I'm just throwing it out there. I know this is our Charm stream. I'm trying to take away from that, but because I know people have been asking me why I have not done Arrowverse weekly recap, it's because I'm serious. This is my blood pressure. This is the Arrowverse. And they're like, and I'm like, wow, I feel like I'm dying. So I just can't. I can't. I don't let fake stuff affect me, but I do when it comes to my time. So it's like, you are wasting my life right now. And I want my hours back.
I'm gonna tell y'all, I was gonna review it, but once I started talking to Maria, and she was like, it gets on my nerves. She was like, I become a mama bear. I can't. I was like, you know what? Thank you for letting me know because I ain't got too many brain cells to lose. I'm sorry.
I mean, I was in my feelings with Superman and Lois, but it was a better episode. The past 2 episodes of Superman and Lois were not as bad. I mean, the only thing that makes Superman and Lois annoying is, again, the teenagers. Only because of how. And I mean, not to say the parenting in Superman and Lois also needs to have an overview. They actually need a family counselor. But
I was gonna review that one too, but never did.
Yeah, and still obviously needs to whoop his daughter's ass a little bit more. She hadn't been spanked enough as a child, so obviously all the kids just talk out of turn, and I don't understand it. Now, again, I had a Black and Native American father, and I had a Scottish mom, and all of them were capable of beating my ass. So I come from the old school of, what did you say? I am the stain on the floor when I talk out of turn. So when you have people in there like, I can't trust you anymore, I'm like, let me tell you something. I'm like, you don't have to trust me, baby. You just get the hell out of my house. So go find a job, be on your own, get on the bus. Don't miss the bus. Holler.
My mom used to tell us that all the time.
So, but the one I love, Kevin, like I said, Naomi was less annoying than last week. Yes, it was less annoying.
Oh my God.
Last week after the episode, I was done. I didn't think I was gonna watch another episode. I was like, this is just bullshit, stupid. So I was like,
oh y'all, I got an earful on that one. Trust me.
Yep.
Naomi, I know to stay away from Naomi. That's all I know what to do. I know.
Did you see what Ray just said? We have to hit these comments because we know we got stuff there. This is one right here. You ready? Maria, can you do a reenactment of Charmed with your panel? Scene is Roxy and Mel and Jordan, Kennilo. Okay, Jordan and Gru play Harry. So you're gonna play Jordan, Kenny, and Gru's gonna play Harry. Oh, Gru fucked Harry up. Gru's a mess. So you want us to reenact it, or you want us to create a scene?
Now, I was gonna say, which scene will we have to recreate or reenact? Oh no, he said Gru will play Dexter.
Well, Groove's Dexter. So Kenny, are you playing? I guess I played Jordan. So Harry's not in this at all. When that's appropriate, he shouldn't be. So that's fine. So Roxy. And so am I playing Roxy and Mel?
Well, I guess.
I can do it. I can do it.
Supposed to happen because look, I got to get my acting chops together for this one.
I can do it. Well, I mean, we can't do it right now anyway. We don't have Groove.
I know. That's what I'm saying. When this is going to happen, is it going to be next Friday?
I mean, I'll talk to him. I got to see what his schedule is. I'll do it. I ain't scared.
I definitely do it.
Arrowverse makes me physically sick and feel like I lose brain cells every time. I truly don't know how you watch it still. I feel like I get the same enjoyment watching paint dry. Paint dry is actually very entertaining compared to what I'm watching on a DVR. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know. I don't know how I watch any of it, honestly.
That's why I watch more reality shows, even though they're fake and scripted. Because the writing sucked so bad when the writers went on strike back in 2006
Don't you ask me questions like that when you know I'm in my 40s and now I can't think anymore.
Girl, I'm right behind you. What you talking about?
Like you're still behind. You still got 5 more brain cells than I have right now.
I beg to differ. I beg to differ.
Look, I don't even know what I did an hour and a half before this stream. You're gonna ask me questions.
I got one better. I don't even know what I did at 4 o'clock in the damn morning.
I knew you were up at 4 o'clock in the damn morning.
All I remember. That's all I remember. Hold on. He said this right here.
These new showrunners are genius. Everything is being fixed. I'm shooketh. I am shooketh. Dexter
yes, because we never got Ray. We never got Dexter and Ray. We never got that.
Well, I mean, I agree with Ray. They are fixing stuff. Now they just need to bring Jada back, Nico back. We need to figure out what's going on with Parker.
We need to know if she got an extra child out there that's a charmed one. That we need to know. Not Kayla. The circle of hoes. And then just bring Macy back in. But you know what? I was just thinking. I was like, for the series finale, what if they bring Macy, Marisol, Mel, Maggie, and Michaela all together?
I don't think that Madeline is ever coming back.
I heard
because all the drama with her. Somebody sent me like literally screenshots of the Twitter stuff that was happening with Sarah Jeffrey's sister. I think her name is Hannah or something like that. Yeah. And Madeline and. Apparently, this is a rumor. We don't live in this world, Kenny.
We don't live in it. But what I was gonna say was, I know this is a cop out and it's cheap, but they probably could, manifest Macy's spirit into the body just for that one episode, just to have her there, even though we know.
I mean, why not just CG her? I don't. But again, you have to pay the actress whenever you use her image or anything of hers, even if it's previous.
I'm quite sure that probably will compensate her for that. Because
they would have to. Those are union rules.
Oh, I know. I'm saying, they'll probably talk to her, and if she agrees, they'll let them just CGI her there.
Well, her comment was something like, "I left because I didn't want to deal with all this nonsense." So that doesn't sound like she wants to come back.
That's what I'm saying. She probably could come back for a voiceover.
Zoom.
She could probably Zoom call. Yeah, she could probably come back in a voice to do voiceover. She don't have to be in the studio with nobody. And they see
make that coin, girl. Make your money.
Look, I'm here for it. I mean, but that would be really awesome if they do that.
But now I really want to know how her relationship is with Maggie, basically Maggie's actress Sarah Jeffrey. Yeah. Now that she got into it with her sister, because I think her sister accused her of being a bully or something on set or something like that.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard anything bad about Madeline. I mean,
well, I look at it this way: I don't confirm nor deny anything because I don't work for the network and I went on the set. So that's how I live my life. I don't know.
Now, if the people come out and tell their truth, you only get one side. You don't get the full side.
That's true.
I just let it play out. Because we got our theories out there. We got our deep diving attorney, online attorneys. They're gonna dig it up and they're gonna tell us what happened. Regardless of whether we want to know it or not.
9 times out of 10, we don't. We just want to know plots and spoilers for Charm. We don't give a shit what happens in their lives behind the scenes.
Baby, I want to know
why they think we do.
I want to know what's going on for next week. I mean, for the season finale. I want the trailer for that.
Yeah, well, hell, I want Dexter in the damn trailer for next week. We're gonna see what happens. They're hiding him. They're hiding him and Baby Swan. Baby Swan's in New York right now. The
wind was blowing so damn hard. I didn't even get to see the damn trailer for next week.
That's okay. Yeah, you had a storm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Well, it's on YouTube. It's on the YouTubes.
Watch it on the YouTubes.
But now, why was Swan in New York? Where did she get money to go to New York? And why would she go to New York when safe space is her whole damn life?
Oh, maybe they blindfolded her through a portal.
That's what actually happened. Mel threw her through a portal and made it seem like she was texting. It was actually Mel texting her, pretending to be Baby Swan the whole damn time.
Oh my god!
That would be fucking hilarious. That would be hilarious. I'm like, yep. Mel has literally jumped off the deep end.
She didn't have to pay. She said, "Look, I'm gonna go get a plane ticket." Oh no, baby, you don't need to get a plane ticket. We got our own private jet. What?
You don't gotta do all that. She's like, "Hey, Swan, can you get me that box out the closet?" She goes, "The clothes in the closet." Close the door.
And she in New York.
Yep.
Here.
Oh Lord. Okay. They are putting respect on Ruby's name. Thank you for putting this sister a background story and providing this sister a background story and flashback. That's fine. I don't have a problem with Ruby. I just don't want her to be U-hauled again. I'm tired of this.
Oh yeah.
Okay, 2 seasons later, at this point, Ruby might as well sip some black amber and get her active powers back. To be honest, I don't think she I don't think she lost them.
I don't think she lost them.
Yeah. I agree that Ruby should just drink black amber. You agree? But I mean, I'm confused. Unless you guys know something I don't think that that's what happens when you go there.
I would have to go back and check it and see, because I don't think she lost her active powers. I don't think so, because when she was helping Mel, when they were, during the time when Macy was going right before she died, and she, she had her little vibrating powers. Well, no, they was in the.
You can't say vibrating anymore after the scene with Kayla coming up with a vibrator. We gotta take a step back now. PC this be vibrating.
Sorry, Michaela. You should have did that, girl.
I mean, just saying.
That shouldn't have did it, Kayla. This is your fault.
It. Your fault.
But when she had her accelerating power, I should say, but she didn't even have it at that point. When they was trying to make those potions, I think she had her powers. I think she did.
Yeah, but like I said, well, she obviously knew how to cast spells anyway, but we saw her use the storm, blasting power before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what other powers Ruby is supposed to have, but I don't think she lost it, because if she had lost it, she wouldn't have been able to use it back at I want to say it was the end of season 2. Like one of the last 2 episodes of season 2. she
think it was
used
the
that
last
power.
Yeah,
I think it was the season finale because remember after that she was on the bridge and Mel thought that she was like going to accept her being a charm one and she's like I still don't want to do magic. So we all thought they were done and then they dragged this U-Haul shit out for season 3. So I don't know. I can't believe Mel had to kiss Ruby from that freaking potion. I was mad. I even recorded the screen and my reaction. I'm gonna do that on my phone. Hold on. What the fuck?
Look, I think we were all mortified. But
yeah.
I liked how Roxy did it. She was like, not bad, Curly Sue.
I love when she was calling her Curly Sue too. It was like, because everybody gets a nickname. Well, probably she started doing that because she was calling her Iron Maiden.
That's probably what. No, I think Roxy called her Curly Sue first.
That's true. She did. Yeah.
So she came up with Iron Maiden.
That's not a bad name.
No,
it's really not. It's not a bad name. I'm wondering if Carla is like Melinda Warren, a powerful witch born to humans. Who's Carla?
Is that her mother?
I thought her name was Carolyn.
It's Carolyn, but maybe that's maybe Lincoln thinking is like I was because I couldn't remember what her name was.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to answer that because I mean, she could. I mean, you would think anybody related to Melinda Warren would have something. That woman passed those genes down.
While you read the comments, let me get me something to drink because I need something to recharge my batteries.
Go recharge, man. Go recharge, man.
I'll be right back, y'all. Don't go nowhere. Kenny B's right.
We're all gonna run as soon as you leave.
Ooh, don't do that.
This episode was the best. I love the lesbian League of Extraordinary Women. Need more of it. I mean, you're not wrong. I do think Ruby may need her active powers back since she's a target. I don't think she lost it. I really don't. I really don't think she lost her powers. Definitely got some backstory to characters that needed it. Maggie finally getting to meet Dexter is very exciting for next week. I just wish there were, I mean, I guess they're trying to keep it under wraps, but I wish we saw a little bit of Dexter in the trailer. That would have been cool. I love how natural the kiss between Ruby and Mel was. How it felt like a spin the bottle kiss to me. I mean, you can get natural when you're trying to get it on. It's just because Mel was in it to win it. That's what that was about. We get more Dexter. Yay. Yep. I'm extraordinarily happy about that. You know that this group of showrunners were in charge for season 2. This would have been great for Macy to meet Dexter. I know. I actually think she probably wouldn't have left. We get more Dexter. Hey, Cheston, how are you? This is just more mystery for Kayla. So interesting for who she is. Jake, too soon.
I love that.
Too soon. Too soon. Because we wouldn't have so much mystery if the girl would fucking ask questions.
Oh, I forgot. That's a sore spot for Maria right now. Don't put that in the comment section because you're going to get angry grandma in a minute.
You know, when you don't ask questions, I don't have time for you.
Y'all know y'all can get angry grandma in a minute.
I need you to ask questions, especially questions that are applicable to the plot. I'm like, so they'll be like, it's like when you watch something like, you know, as a comic book fan, you know, you got the big baddie, and then they're like, hey, so this big Armageddon situation is coming up. Cool. And that guy over there knows who's going to start it. Cool. Hey, what's your name? Oh, I'm your brother from the future. Oh, cool. Do you want to know how? Nah.
No.
Do you want to know who the villain is? No, not really.
No.
I mean, why dwell on it? I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And see, that was the thing, because see, you know, this is a nitpick of mine in Sailor Moon. Now, in Crystal, Chibi-Yusa came out and told Usagi that she was from the future. Everybody knew she was from the future. In the original, the non-canon one, as everybody calling it now, they waited till almost to the very end to tell, and I was like, what?
Well, see, they were asking the wrong questions.
The
right question would be like, how come every Serenity has basically been almost a carbon copy of each other? And then I got your pink hair, red-eyed ass. What the hell happened?
Oh, everybody was saying that Sailor Pluto had Chibi-Yusa from Mamoru. So I was like, really? If that's what y'all really see?
We are done with that situation. Ruby used this. We still have to review the Sailor Moon Cosmos trailer.
Yes, we got to.
Yeah, Ruby used the storm spell close to the season finale in season 2. Is that what happened?
We thought.
So. I think I just said that too. So I guess I was right. Look at me. I may have zero memory, but sometimes something sneaks in.
Baby, I ain't got no brain cells right now.
I mean, I'm playing on 5. I'm like 2 of them are already asleep. I think the point is to destroy your Book of Shadows.
Oh, well, see, she don't have the original though. She's got the carbon copy that Mel and Josefina was fixing. That's the one she got.
Yeah.
We need the Grimoire one.
And you think if it was a family heirloom, wouldn't her family members know all these spells and they can just like send them to them?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're emailing you a new spell a week.
I know, right? I mean, when they have them written down, because those would have been like the most important spells. They got to do something to bring the original book back. They got to do something.
I miss the original book. I just play around with the idea that maybe, just maybe, we will get it back, but oh no.
Well, we got it back for one scene, but we need it back for more than just one scene.
Can't Kayla, like, when she's able to draw without pain, can't she just sketch the book?
Okay, Ray, I got you now.
That would be interesting. I think if Kayla was able to sketch a duplicate of the Book of Shadows,
they should be able to. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if all the spells inside would still be the same. Like if it was just the outside that would be the same. I wonder how that works. I would love to know how that works. Because I feel like it would be accurate, but
because see, I was gonna say now the enchantment that's on the book, and it's supposed to, protect the girl. How would they get the enchantment that the original had too? That would have been.
I mean, but remember her power for manifesting.
Oh yeah, manifesting.
She should be able to do that too. That shouldn't be a problem. So, I mean, in theory, if she were to sketch the Book of Shadows, they should be able to have the Book of Shadows back.
Shadows, yeah.
Yep.
They need to tell her to get her damn thumb together so they can
I would tell her, but she don't like to ask questions. She don't want to dwell on the past. But I can't tell Kayla anything. I remember Ruby.
We put you in timeout. You going to timeout.
What you mean? I was always in timeout. What you mean? I remember Ruby said her mom fell in love, and then the man turned out to be a demon targeting them. But yeah, I mean, some men are just demons. I didn't think she meant literally. The OG book is back, at least for a little while. 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Not even 10.
Yeah. They keep interrupting the main plot with nonsense. We don't care about Ruby and stuff.
I remember seeing Ezekiel's comment early up in the chat.
Now I will elaborate. As much as I feel like now, first of all, I do not dislike Ruby as a character. I have never said I did. Never disliked her. I did not like the forced U-haulness between her and Mel, because most of their relationship took place off screen. We didn't get to see them develop. So I've always had problems, especially as a queer woman in today's society where the stereotypes are so high that everybody has to meet and they're basically married by day 2 of meeting. You're living together, married, got a dog, cat.
That is so
having
true.
a baby next month.
That is true.
That is literally the shit they did with them. Yeah, and it pissed me off. So I felt like Abigail and Mel were a better to me, they had a better transformation from the enemies to friends, the romantic trope. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they teased us with it, and then they didn't do anything with it. And so
she wanted Harry. That's why she wanted Harry, because she was trying to get up on the Mason.
Well, she wanted anybody, but Abigail was lonely. And when you meet her mama and all that, and see that her father,
see why
Alistair tried to kill her ass. I mean,
Alistair tried to kill everybody. He tried to kill Parker and Hunter.
Yep. And so my thing is, your daddy tried to take you out when you first met him. Your mama was beating you up and putting you in a damn cage. I mean, she just wanted anybody. Harry was showing her kindness, and she wanted him. That's what it was. But she was attracted to Mel. They had that whole banter that whole time. Like
they sure did. That was, I loved it. I
absolutely loved it. But I mean, you could literally tell, especially where Abigail was. She was flirting with Mel hardcore all of the time. And so I don't know. I really like their relationship. And just like with Roxy's another bad girl. And I feel like those are Mel's types. She likes the bad girls. Because think about it. When her and Nico, when she erased Nico's memories and all that and erased their time together, she went with Jada, who is a bad girl.
Bad girl. Even though the actress is not is busy, they need to bring her back too. Maybe she might come back for season 5.
I hope that they have a chance to have closure on. Like I said, it's just weird. All the Hilltown stuff is weird to me. Like we got a little bit of closure, I guess, in terms of Maggie when she went back to her sorority house. But at the same time, they knew she was alive. So then what does that mean? You know what I mean? So like,
I was gonna say, did they find out she was alive at the party?
Yeah, at the party, the girl was like, "Oh my God, Maggie's right there," So I was.
Did they erase her memory? Because I could have sworn they erased the memory. Didn't they?
I don't know. Well, even still though, it's stupid because remember they're back, and then they should have been like announced and stuff. That should have been like a thing in the papers or whatever that they're actually alive. I don't know. Like I said, all of it's stupid. So yeah. So back to this point, I agree, kind of, but I will say that this was a closure episode. So it's basically Ruby's way of saying, I don't want to be with you like that, but I still care about you, and we can be friends. She friend zoned Mel.
So I think at this point, Ruby just gonna come in just to pass by. She may come in just for one episode like she did this time, to help out, but it's more gonna be a passing by situation now.
I also feel like that they also use Ruby as a catalyst to launching Roxy and Mel.
Mm-hmm.
So are we gonna call them Melly?
Roxelle.
Oh.
So we got to think of a shippy name now.
Oh, that's so tired. I'm old. I don't do this anymore. I'm tired.
And I don't even do shippy. I don't do shippy.
There are couples I think are cute. Like I love Korosami and couples like that. Mm-hmm. And then there are just times when I'm like, you guys are cute, but I am not invested enough to try and sit here and come up with a name for you. So you tell me what your name is. Ruby's stepdad reminds me of Eames from OG Charm with the clone. Oh yeah, Imes. Is it Imes? Is that how you say his name? Imes. I know who it is. I just can't remember how to say it.
I'm going to go back and watch that episode. Cool.
Laugh at Maria. You so wrong for that stalker comment, but also not because it's true. I was dropping some.
Wait, what stalker? I was probably in the kitchen getting some.
When I said that Ruby was used to stalkers when I applied Mel was stalking her too, because I'm not wrong. Be real. When Ruby is walking around safe space, Mel always runs in
stalking. That's basically what it is.
Okay, that's stalking. She's stalking.
Mel be down there in the command center. She turned the map board into where Ruby is doing.
Really, she has a Ruby sense.
She got her own screen.
Yeah.
For Ruby, when she's sitting in the command center. Yeah. Now look, I agree with that. I agree with Maria. That's stalking 101.
It is stalking 101. I'm like, Ruby senses are tingling. Shit's going down.
She's like, no. That's why she friend zoned her so quickly.
Hell, I would friend zone her. Why are you always where I am? Damn. The new Charm lesbian group needs a spinoff. They really do.
I saw that earlier. I said Ray is crazy.
Hit that like button. Hit that like button, y'all. Let's see if people have unsubscribed already.
Who said they subscribed already?
I said, let's see. Sometimes I get subscribers that are like added from my stream, and sometimes they just run away from me.
I don't know. Look, I don't know how mine will be. I tell them to hit the like button and order the popcorn, and they probably run away. I'd have had like 5 people unsubscribe, I guess, because of the popcorn.
Well, I mean, just eat it and make it do a mukbang review.
I did a whole video on the popcorn. I told everybody to go buy it.
I'll be sitting here eating popcorn while I'm talking. I'm choking to death.
I wanted to, but I had checked my blood sugar, and it was, it was over 200. So I was
what the hell?
See. Everybody go buy the popcorn, trust me.
Do you need to put that in your mouth? Put that in your mouth. Start eating it.
Oh, wait, child.
If you need to eat, eat. This
is
a mukbang. If I had popcorn, I'd be putting it in my mouth too.
I wasn't hungry, but
do it. Happy Saturday, everyone. Hello, Kevin. Don't get why they use the codex now when they needed it like a few episodes, but they didn't need it.
Who needed it more than anybody else was Kayla.
Why would Kayla need it? She can read the book from back to cover on a whim for nothing. And within 5 minutes,
you ain't gonna do that. Don't do that, because you ain't gonna have me passing on no screen. I'm never gonna lose no brain cells laughing at you with that.
I'm sorry. I'm here. I
am not gonna be in a hospital later on the night trying to have oxygen going back to my
hold up. Let me refresh.
People don't lift it. Y'all know it's gonna get good.
Let's get it here.
Oh my God. No.
So Nobody needs the codex. They only have the codex in for product placement because they want you to buy one at a charmed convention coming to you in 2023. That's exactly what that shit is.
Look, y'all better have your money ready because it's gonna be right there.
Let's be clear though. Let's be clear. Most of the time, they do put things in so that if they ever sell them at a convention or something, because even though I just made that shit up, they will have more merchandise to give you. Because right now, I mean, outside of buying a miniature version of the house,
don't bring the house into this. Do not bring the house into this.
I want the house in the snow globe. Okay, I want the house in the snow globe. And then that way I can carry it everywhere I go too. You don't even have to follow me. It'll just come in my bag. But I feel like the only memorabilia you can buy are pictures of them, a miniature house, and the Book of Shadows. They don't have a cat. Not familiar at all in this. So, I mean, quite frankly, that's all you really got. So
now you just brought up a question that I want to ask. Mm-hmm. Since they're going to be having conventions and stuff again, will I have to call her Marisol. Oh my God, you see how tired I am. Will Madeline actually come to the conventions?
That is a good question, actually. I don't know. That's a lot of drama. There's a lot. This is what I have a problem with. It's like, for me, I separate the actors.
Right, we separate
from the characters because you have to. You absolutely have to. But like when you are the actor and you had a lot of drama, and I'm not saying there's drama. Again, disclaimer: right. We do not work for this network. We are not behind the scenes. So we have no idea what goes on behind the scenes. So, but just say that she said herself that she didn't want to deal with all that nonsense in a Twitter post. Now, what nonsense that is, I don't know. She could have been talking about infighting, between cast members. She could have been talking about, the showrunners. She could have been talking about any. She did not clarify, and she probably will never clarify. But like, if you have a rapport and you're still cool with some of the cast, some of the crew, or maybe the current showrunners, you may say, hey, yeah, I'll just come and talk about Charm. The danger in that is that because it's still so raw right now, she hadn't been gone a year.
She ain't been gone a year yet.
Yeah, people can be like, why'd you actually leave Charm, Madeline? In the middle of it, she'd be like, wait, hold up.
Oh, she ain't ready for the questions to come just yet.
Yeah, and the problem is you can screen reporters from asking questions, but you can't do that with a live audience.
Yeah, because
you can suggest it,
it's
but
still
that's not how it works.
Yeah, Shannon still get them questions, and Alyssa get those questions still all to this day. Yeah. They still get them questions, so she probably ain't ready to talk about it. But I'm gonna probably put it out here. I may be right, I may be wrong. I don't have a clue, but this is my guesstimation. I'm thinking she's probably, like you said, she don't want to deal with the nonsense. Maybe it could have been with Poppy Montgomery and another cast member. There was a theory.
There are rumors about that too, but I don't know. I kind of feel like
it was her and Sarah Jeffrey's sister.
They're implying if there was any drama going on, it was between Mel's actress and Madeline's actress. So Melanie Diaz and Madeline Mantock.
So
they have had issues. But I mean, that's the stuff I've been seeing on the rumor board, the rumor mill. That means absolutely effing nothing. It doesn't. Now, I know if you go on Instagram and you see, I don't even think that they were following each other, or at least Madeline wasn't following her. The same shit happened over on The Flash between Candace Patton and Danielle Panabaker, Iris and Caitlin. I always struggle with her name because she's boring. So, but like they don't follow each other on social media, and when they do events together, you can see when somebody does not want to be in somebody else's orbit.
Right.
So I don't know what's going on, but that stuff. I don't care. I don't lose sleep over this shit. So I
don't care either. It's just because it's like there's gonna be a lot of people that go to these conventions that are gonna be wondering like why she's not here. I can care less because I don't go to conventions.
Yeah, but, I guess a good point would be in terms of conventions. It's the same with the whole Iris and Caitlin thing. They are very limited in terms of scenes together. They write them intentionally apart. You'll be hard pressed to find and I mean any real storylines where you see them predominantly together. I think there was probably one with like Iris and Killer Frost a little, but outside of that, and that was like seasons ago. But outside of that, they don't really talk to each other, or they don't really do much with each other.
Yeah, I was gonna say you couldn't do them without you got to have these three. They have to be on screen together.
Yeah, so that it's a little different. And then if you go to a convention, if there's a convention, that means that the other ones will have to be there too. So if there's any drama between them, I mean, there you go. So now I don't know if she'd be able to do a convention right now. So.
Yeah, I mean, but that was just a thought because like I said, when Shannon never showed up, they kept asking why she wouldn't show up. But then when she did, they was giving questions like, "Why did you quit?" And I was
like, I mean, they want to know what really happened. Tell the truth.
They ain't gonna tell us the real truth. They ain't gonna tell us. We all know the truth, but they really ain't gonna just say it.
We know the truths, but you don't want to tell us the truth. But actually, honestly, though, I don't know the truth. I don't know what the hell happened behind the scenes. I
don't either because
I don't care.
I was like 18 when this shit happened. So I don't know.
I don't know. Care. You were 18? I think I would might have been like 20, 19 or 20.
18.
Wait, how old are you? Let's do our
41.
age check.
I'll be 42 next month.
Oh, I was much older than you then. I will be 46 in December. So
my friend, she just turned 47, 48. And she be trying to talk. We'll talk behind the scene about that because I have to drag her because she just dragged me.
Why you drag? Look, you can't drag people on Saturday morning. That's a Sunday chat. Mark told me.
Oh, I'm gonna do that tomorrow because after this, I got to go and get me some sleep. I ain't going after.
Yeah, well, we're gonna try and power through some of it. We're not gonna get through all of these comments because there's a lot, but we're gonna try.
I know.
So you ready? Let's do some speed answering. Mel, do be low key like a little gnat around Ruby girl. I'm not saying have dignity, but have some dignity. Exactly. Stop stalking, Mel. Stop it. The Lesbian League of Extraordinary Women most definitely needs a spinoff. Yep, they do. Besides, they keep saying, we'll figure this out together. They are together at the end of the episodes. They're repeating old mistakes from previous seasons. I do agree with that. They love separating them. I don't know why. Power 3 works better apart, apparently. It's friends because clearly the relationship didn't work. I mean, it was a U-Haul relationship. You only take $19.95 a day, and then you got to pay for overages. Ruby's mom also went into witness protection, and they're both living normal lives or trying in Ruby's case. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
This episode was my least favorite of the season. I mean, it had its cute moments. Like I love how Mel was able to grab their OG book of shadows through time. I respect that.
That was my favorite one.
The magical social media strikes again. I'm telling you, man. Magical Twitter.
Magical Twitter.
Yep. I'm really in love with Mel's new time powers. I need it to be a time powers plural, not time power. Power.
The thing is, I'm with Maria on this. I miss her actually stopping time.
Me too. I want her to be the true definition of a effing time witch. Stop giving me these comic book and Disney Plus fucking Elsa and Human Torch, Firestorm shit. I'm tired of that. No one didn't even fucking use her powers. That's another thing we didn't talk about really quickly. Mel did not even use her powers when they first saw the guy standing there. She didn't freeze him. No, I mean, think about it. If you can freeze someone, then you can stab them or vanquish them or do whatever you need to do. She didn't use her powers at all. At all. She only used her new time ability. That's crazy.
Do she even have it back? She's been trying to get it, but do she still?
I don't know if she's able to freeze, but she definitely can still use her
Elsa.
And she didn't use them at all.
No, she did.
And see, my reaction as a real POC, and I'm saying that because she took her card. Dude was there, and I had to use my Elsa powers. I would have freezed his balls. And then I would have broke them. He won't follow anybody anymore. I duplicated that.
Because I know because she was saying at the end of the, by the time they get to the big bad, she may need her time stopping abilities back. So she's been, but I mean that was like a couple.
But they haven't done it yet. She hasn't gotten it back yet. No, she's just able to shift things back and forth and people back and forth through time.
But she was more powerful than Piper in that one because Piper could only freeze. She froze.
She can time travel. She was able to take the source. Her part of the source's necklace
to another dimension. I mean, to another time.
Yep, to like literally the future. So and hit it. So yeah.
Yeah.
And then erase your memory of it. So like I said, that she was a time witch, and I effing loved it.
And she said she missed being the time witch. She actually says it.
Yep. Because she heard me. Because, the showrunner listened. Mel was like, you know what, Maria? I missed that shit too. I'm like, I know you do, girl. I know. I missed the Vera's Book of Shadows. So do I.
We do too. Trust me.
Like Roxy said, it's not her fault either. Hell yeah, of course. Because I get to give them their accolades. They're not trying to do bad. They're just slow thinkers. That's what the problem is. They can't think quickly.
They're not like the Halliwells where they were just purposely being bitches.
Yeah, they literally don't know that they're being bitches because no one has told them until now. So see, when Prue died, you suck.
Yeah, because when Prue died, they just turned to bitches. But these three, they were not trying to be bitches. They just turned out to be bitches.
They're actually charm ones who still want to live their personal lives. And with the charm, the OG charm, they always battle being charm ones and witches with having a personal life. They don't have that struggle in this series because they don't understand that it's a struggle to begin with. They're like, no, we're going to have a personal life. And then we'll do this charm shit.
They still have that charm. They regular lives and everything.
Yep.
Until season 2, where Macy did all the work. Let her tell it.
Yep. So we are getting so many charm sister hangout moments. We are not starting to rival the OGs. We're now starting to rival the OG series. It's like almost every episode they chill together. I know. I mean, look, Kaylee even had alcohol ready for mail. I got you, girl. I hooked you.
Yeah, she sure did. She said, I want one of y'all. She said, can y'all make me one? Oh, girl, we got you.
Well, Kayla even said, even though we're not related, I'm still your sister to Maggie. So
yeah, that was cute. And I like that. I love that.
This is the first time I heard Harry actually saying spells. I know. Now I think White Lighters can actually do spells. They can't do it on a charm one's level. But I think basic spells, they still are able to do that. So
yeah, and I think this is not the first time. I think this is like the third time. Because I think he used one in the original and probably season 2 or 3. I'm not sure if it was.
I think he did help train them in spells and potions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, he was around Marisol a long time, and he worked for the elders. I mean, he had to pick something up. I think positive LGBTQ plus friendships is good to show. I agree. Yes. I absolutely agree. I'm so glad to see Dexter. Agree. Yep. I know they had to get away from Ruby's stepdad, but Mel, what if somebody saw you at Safe Space? I mean, so again, don't get me started on the magical shop. Don't get me started on the road. I did not like the fact that Mel didn't use her aggressive ice powers. Thank you, Shaking Man. Tired of seeing these girls run instead of fight magic first. I know. I'm tired of them just running off and leaving people to die. It's like, wow, that demon's beating up that poor defenseless human. Let's go to command center.
Hold on, wait. I got a theory on this. It just came to my mind.
Uh-oh.
What if the budget is too low for them to, actually fight this season because they have to clean up the mess from season 2 and 3 that the old showrunners done did and screwed up everything. So the limited budget went into Kayla's whole story.
Okay, well then let me ask this question then, if that's true. Then why write the scene that way? Write a scene that's believable where you don't have to fight. You use the power of your mind to get like a little potion, throw down and do something and then move on. Why make them run all the damn time if you don't have a budget? We can't use your power. So imagine if that played out in your favorite MCU movie. Endgame. Okay, let's go. Avengers, assemble. Well, we can't because we don't have the budget to assemble. So can we use Yu-Gi-Oh cards instead?
You is not going to kill me tonight. You is not going to kill me today. You is not. But what I was going to say was maybe the writers did write a good scene, but they fell asleep and then they drew it on the page and they had to turn it in by the end of the week.
Well, look. I mean, I've slept through some Zoom calls, meetings at work. I understand, but it's just at the same time, it's happening too much for me to believe you have narcolepsy. So I just hate what they are doing to Swan by just using her as a plot device and foil. This ain't right. If Swan's story is just a footnote in someone else's story, the fuck. I agree. They probably only had budget for that one appearance in episode.
Right. Was you here for the conversation that Maria and I just had that she's in New York and, she was thrown through a portal? Did you not hear that?
Can they make a spell to copy and paste stuff from OG Book of Shadows to new one? And see, that's why I just want them to manifest it. I want Kayla to effing draw it. Just draw it. And then they'll have their own book.
Mm-hmm.
Should be. I mean, it'll make Josefina mad. She'll be like, I put all this work into this book, and you just like, beep, 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 beep. According to a tweet, the original Book of Shadows is here for the rest of the season.
Wait, what?
So she said she has to put it back in this moment in time. So I guess she's not doing it till the season's over, which means I'm gonna tell you this again, guys. This proves to me that time is a construct and people don't know how to use time, because like that to me is literally messed up, because every day you have that book, time is progressing when you took that book. And even though you go back and you put it back, what does that do? Doesn't it create a separate timeline? So there's one time when they don't have the book. That's okay.
It creates a separate pocket of time. It becomes another because see, it kind of branches off, because when you take that out of one time, another time pocket creates. And
so then you know what they should have done then, which I would have accepted. She could have gotten the book 5 minutes before Jimmy showed up to attack them, and they lost their powers.
That's what I was thinking.
Yep. And then when the book exploded, she actually had the book, and then she never has to put that book back because the book actually blew up in that house. So then she's not affecting anything because I'm smart.
Because see, that's what I was thinking that was going to happen, because if she took it from a place in time, that should have been the perfect place, because you're about to throw it through the portal. But when he comes, once you throw it through the portal, you could have just jumped right in and caught it before it exploded. The portal's still there, so you don't mess up anything, and you just bring it back.
Yep, and she could have gone when everybody was having that big party downstairs, like the night before they got attacked. She could have grabbed the book then, because they didn't use the book. And obviously they didn't use the book from that point going forward. So you're not affecting the timeline. Mm-hmm. Why didn't the writers think of that? Because they didn't have me in the writer's room.
Look, we both could have been sitting there with the popcorn, the Pepsi.
And the writers room be like, we should do this. Nope.
You already know, because I'm sitting right there like, that's not
going to work.
Between the both of us, we came up with a whole damn episode in one season. Then they did through the whole entire season.
Man, if we wrote season 2 or 3, this shit would have been popping. I'm just saying.
They would have the Power 3 would have never been gone that damn long. I promise you that.
It wouldn't have been gone.
they would have never lost their power.
They wouldn't have lost it to begin with. I think we still would have gone to Seattle, but it would have been because we were expanding ourselves. The elders we found out about this command center. We're gonna check it out. We still would have been able to fly everywhere.
After we know we can, after we get to Seattle, we going back to Hilltown, because we know we can go through the portals all the time.
All the time. You're right. Mm-hmm. I think the way she is time traveling is like how Avengers handle it, and she literally put it back the exact moment she took it, so no one would really notice. But okay, so that is a bad example for me, because I think the way that the brothers handled time travel in Endgame, yes, I'm calling you out, Rousseau, is stupid. So because it doesn't explain Captain America aging. It doesn't, none of that. And the stuff that would have been affected by him going back in time. No. And then him creating a second timeline. I mean, yes, we're playing with the multiverse, but remember, Charm isn't supposed to have a multiverse right now. So that whole situation to me, I feel like if that was their reference point, they need to stop.
That was bad. Yeah.
Yep. They need to stop. I mean, technically she borrowed it. I mean, yeah, I guess you can take from yourself and consider it borrowing. But if I will tell you this, if I had my water bottle and future Maria 10 years from now came and grabbed it, that bitch stole my water.
I'm going to have to take a whole bottle of damn Tylenol when I'm finished with you.
I'm just saying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's a potion to copy objects. I think so. Why not use the OG Book of Shadows and have it? I mean, seriously, if Kayla can't draw it, copy it. You're absolutely right. I don't know why, but the actual answer, Jake, is what we've been saying this whole freaking stream. Slow thinkers. So that's what that is.
Wait. Now you remember that comment that just came? I forgot who said it. That they're supposed to have the Book of Shadows through the whole season, right? Mm-hmm. From this point on. Mm-hmm. What if Mel does go and kind of be smart enough to copy the pages, and Kayla does manifest the actual book, and they can put the pages in. What if that happens? We don't know. I mean, that would be technically the Book of Shadows.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, for me, I just want to know the extension of Kayla's powers, because if she's just able to draw the book, maybe they don't have to do all that. Maybe the whole book is just there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and honestly, the scary part about her power is she can duplicate it forever unless she like rips up the image. We have, don't worry if it breaks. We got 7.
Oh, we got a closet full. We got a closet full.
I mean,
if anything ever happened, if it blows up, oh, don't worry, we got a whole storage full. We can just go grab one.
Yep. Maria, do you know about Madeline Mantock having some issues with? Yeah, we just talked about that.
Yeah,
so, yeah,
we just talked about that.
It could have been during Maggie's birthday party. They weren't using it then. They were just getting wasted. Well, we were talking about. It wasn't Maggie's birthday party. I thought it was
a graduation party.
A graduation party? No, it wasn't graduation party. It was something else.
It was a party, but
but I forgot what they were celebrating.
I'm about to go back and look at season 1 now. Y'all making me going back and watch stuff.
Yeah, they do that. You got to be careful. and then they'll put it in your head, and then you're just gonna think about it all day. Joey said that Mel actually kept the book, and it's going to be here for the rest of the season. But again, that is still bad depending on what period of time she took that book, because time should progressively move forward, which means any spells that they had to use that book for, they can't use because they don't have the book no more.
Oh, that does make sense because they were being interviewed by another YouTuber, and she asked that question, and Mel said, you just have to wait and see because something will happen, and we do get, we can't elaborate on it, but it does come back. So that could be what they meant, by her taking it out of, man. They should have just did it like you said, Maria. Took it when the book exploded.
They just weren't listening, man. They weren't listening. That's what happens. So when you guys don't listen, man, you don't listen. But I mean, to be fair, I didn't tell you, but I mean, you should have known.
But you know what was going to be so funny? We may have it next season, and you're going to probably say, why do we still have it? And they were supposed to put it back. But you know what? It's going to be, when Mel does go back in time, you'll see it right there on the desk. And you'll be like, but it was.
There you go. You know what, Kenny? You know what would be funny? So they still have the Book of Shadows, right? In next season. And then another timeline comes, and it's like, well, that Mel and Maggie are dead. Why? Oh, the Charm ones died because they lost their Book of Shadows. And Kayla here is from the new Charm group, and somehow she got stuck in your world, and this is why she's connected to you.
Oh no, the two new Charm.
She's the replacement Charm ones because your asses are dumb.
Okay. Michaela is the replacement Charm for Macy. So Marisol have two new daughters that have.
You really want Marisol to have all these damn
things. This is not going
to be me. This is
what everybody going to be saying. This is not going to be me. This is going to be everybody.
But Marisol, you have one job. It is on your back.
Oh my God. Oh my God. She is killing me. I'm gonna be dead on the floor.
We have 3 more minutes, guys. 3 more. The kids look like they were in another space of the ground floor and safe space. The magic shop was smaller, and the door was a side story on camera to the left. I remember the layout. I'm glad you remember that, Ray. But let me explain something. She said that the ingredient was upstairs. There was only one store that could give her the ingredients she needed, and it's a damn magic shop.
And it's gone.
It is gone. They weren't going to the legal clinic. They weren't going to the bar. They weren't going to the boxing place that Jordan isn't running anymore. I don't know who's
doing it. Still up there. I thought I seen it.
I mean, I don't know what he's doing. He's running around hitting people.
When they brought Caleb up there, they was they were in the boxing room.
See, Kenny, you making your grandma come out. You know why?
Angry grandma, go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Let me tell you what happened.
Angry grandma, go to sleep. We'll not today. Come out next week. We'll meet you at the early.
Jordan said, "I need money. Some of us have to work."
He did say that. He said that.
But now he never works.
Well, hell, he got a Charm one girlfriend that he.
No, he don't. They broke up. He ain't staying with them.
He said that, but hell, they still together. They just don't want us to know it.
Kenny. He is not sleeping at the manor. He is not sleeping on the magical bus parked in front of the house.
Blue Camellia playing.
So I'm just saying, what are you doing, Jordan? So I'm just putting it out there.
What was it? Playing poker? What kind of poker that was? He was playing.
What was it? Elven poker or something like that?
Elven poker up at the Blue Camellia with the twin.
What money was he playing with?
Well, we got to remember he just got out of college, so he got college debt. So I mean, yeah, you're right. What kind of money would? And he still. What happened to the job he had at the end of the season when he was working at the
They probably fired his ass. He don't ever go. Jobs wait for no man. It's confirmed. I heard about it, but I didn't think it was real. I don't know what we're talking about. I'm sorry, but I'm assuming it was confirmed and it's real. I'm not sure. Glad we're getting season 1 spells like the full disclosure spell and the protection candle. But the first time the candle was purple, not blue. You tell him, Jake. See, Jake got the continuity. He's like, I am the continuity master. You are effing up in this show. Maybe they ran out of blue.
They probably did.
We only got purple. Nobody cares. Nobody's watching except for Jake.
Because I ain't paid the candle no attention, to be honest.
I didn't even think about it. So Jake was on it. Jake, I'm going to need you to go to Twitter to go to Charm and be like, the candle is supposed to be blue, motherfucker.
Oh, my God. They go ban them. Trust me.
They probably will. No, their powers are not bound in the book. It was a plot device in the episode. You were right, Kenny, but they retcon it. The magic is bound to their sisterhood. Yeah, that's what I thought they were doing.
Yeah, I figured that. I figured in the old one, that's what it was. Because I know Phoebe or Piper had said that their powers are bound to the book. I heard that. I'm crazy. I mean, I ain't got no brain cells, but I know something.
No, little something. What I want to know is, how is Kayla a witch when her birth parents were both humans? We want to know that shit too, but we can't.
We still got a couple of episodes to go to figure that out.
Yep. I mean, we could have known why the parents gave her up today. I'm still bitter.
Don't put that back in the comments.
Just saying. The OG series.
Don't put that back in the comments.
The OG series, Bullet Child, was connected to both the Warren line and sisterly bond. Yeah. So when they fight, then.
That's why
but I don't think it was a source of their power. It just basically was like, it was like a manifestation of how cool they are.
Basically.
The mystery of Kayla and her magic is still a mystery. Yeah, they messing with us. Maria, rest of yours. I was right about Kayla. Eat it, everyone. She's not related to Mel, not a lick. This is gonna be a magical bond, y'all. No doctor. Well, just to be fair, you weren't the only one. A lot of us said that they weren't related. We're not trying to make Marisol a hoe.
I am.
I'm sorry. I said they weren't. I actually have her being literally somebody from another timeline, somebody from the future.
She even said the baby that Mel was carrying, that could be Kayla right there.
Could have been there. I mean, quite frankly, we don't know. To be honest, the baby that Mel was carrying, how did we know that she wasn't a surrogate for another witch? We don't know. We have no effing clue what that would have been about. No. To me, that was a missed opportunity. But we also have to understand that was season 3 showrunner. So really, they could have gone any damn where.
Oh, that was just a plot device, like you said, to make it seem, to show off her pregnant belly.
Yep.
Because she was pregnant.
She got pregnant. They're like, we got to write it in. They could have given her a parasite. Why isn't Mel using her active powers? Mel is still a molecular witch. She couldn't fight that demon and give Ruby with no active powers a vanquish potion. Why can't a girl have a baby knife? Because slow thinking. That's why.
Oh my God.
Now, when she could freeze a room, she was like, you're doing that shit all the time. But now that she can't do that and she wants her time witch powers back, it's just what it is. Ruby's stepdad has Eve's power. Okay, we know about that. The cloning emoji time. Okay, the propaganda videos are actually right from certain perspectives. That's the messed up part of it. Absolutely. The bar.
Let me answer to that one, Maria, before we go. No, you are correct. But the thing is, they're not trying to be bitches. That's the thing.
No, but I mean, if you really think about it, that's what social media is. Yeah. Social media usually shows your best side. So it's ironic that it's showing all the shit that they're not doing about. Yep. Because they can't deny that they're doing it. Like, it's like, we don't just, but okay, so maybe it looks like, okay, maybe we did do that, but we didn't mean to do it. And I'm like, okay, just stop. Just stop.
Because you're not helping your case. Because you're not helping the case.
Especially since Mel was fucking doing it right before they saw the video in the command center. Let's run. Leave the innocent human to fight the demon alone.
Oh my God. Like I said, they probably don't know they're being bitches, but there are being bitches.
Yeah, somebody needs to educate them on that's not what you do. Yes, Jake, yes, he does. It was did steal from a witch, though. What we need is the OG power of deflection. Such a powerful scene once. Okay, we're going back to OG. I got you. Kenny, I was dying. Mel had to burn through some serious bodies. The fuck? Mel needs to go to the health department at this point.
That was my favorite scene of the whole night. That was my favorite scene.
I thought she got hit in the head with that bottle, though. I was waiting for her to get hit.
See, that would have been really good for her active time power to come back through the bottle.
Yep. The panic button was necessary but convenient. Look. You see that? Convenient. Maria, it's a spell, not a machine. I believe the spell is tied to who she's trying to spell. Let me explain the problem with this statement. I believe the spell is tied. I cannot form an opinion based on that belief system. I need to know. And technology is a bitch. I don't care if it's magical or not. If I control out delete something and I say select all, guess what's gonna happen? It's not gonna select that. It's gonna be like, I'm gonna take all of you out except for the word Mel. That's not how that works. It's gonna throw all of it out. So no, until they have confirmed that Roxy was like, I'm using my power to suppress my magical tech to keep the woman I eventually want to bang later. I'm not gonna believe that. Not Roxy is my queen. I was being PG-13. Roxy is my queen. Yes, Roxy is a very cool character. Perhaps the button is programmed to blow out candles of problematic patrons. Again, Mel should have gone too.
I'm not doing this with you. You know what? Look, don't y'all put them comments back in the comments section.
I interpret it as Roxy's panic button only affected those not behind the bar. Okay, then Roxy should have gone home.
I got my stomach hurt. Don't do it.
Are we ever gonna see Chuchi in real life, or will he always be unknown? How do we know it's a he? Maybe it could be a girl.
Well, I think Ray did say it was a he.
You know what's funny? It would be funny if Chuchi was actually Ray's child. He didn't want them to know. By the way, Chuchi's your brother.
Wait, what?
Drama? You know this show is full of drama. Telemundo.
Look, I got my popcorn. Y'all better go order y'all.
I love the product placement right now. I love the product placement. The spell is probably connected to her consciousness and who she wants to send. See, Ray, you were doing too much. I love it, but you're doing too much. You're giving too much merit here. At the end of the day, if you were writing it, that's what would have happened. But that you didn't write this. So at the end of the day, they were like, we don't need to explain shit. We don't need to explain anything. Ever. At all. Not at all. Okay. I like Ray's explanation.
About what?
Do you mean Dexter's? What are you talking about? We needed more Ray. He was only in one episode in season 2. Oh, and he's probably made a lot until his heart gets fixed.
Mm-hmm.
We can't have Ray and Dexter in the same people. That's going to be a problem, but it will happen at a climate moment of the curse. I bet you Dexter will be instrumental in helping Ray. I think that is going to happen. I think it's going to be a fallout between Ray and Dexter. And honestly, Ray has a reason to be mad because Dexter cheated with his wife.
And see, I'm going to read the synopsis for, I think it was, which episode it was? I think it's next week's episode. The Truth or Cares. Maggie is surprised by someone important from her past and tries to keep the peace when they collide with the present. So, could that be Ray and Dexter come together? Because at first I was thinking it might have been Jordan and Parker, but no, there's no mention of Parker coming back to the series. I mean, unless
because Parker's human, and they don't care about Parker anymore. I don't know. I never understood that.
So it could be Dexter and Dexter and Ray coming together next week.
I do want them to have a confrontation because I need to. Because again, Dexter cheated with Marisol on Ray while they were married, and that's why he's a deadbeat. I mean, it was a deadbeat. He couldn't handle it. So
yeah,
that's a thing.
Well,
it's a thing. It is a thing.
The thing is, Mel is a cheater too. However, she ain't married, so at least we can say that. So she cheats on anybody she wants because she's not married. Maggie,
no, we ain't going with that logic. You need to.
I don't condone cheating.
She'd be like, I feel the power of my mama telling me to do this. So obviously I knew to do the opposite.
I should have put that out there that I don't condone cheating. However, since Mel is not, well, I should say when she's not in a relationship, let's just say that she can bang and screw anybody she wants.
But can't she though? But can't
not
you?
Really.
I don't know about all that. I don't know. I'm feeling a certain kind of way about this right now. I feel like if your mama cheated and made your little sister, that should have been enough inspiration to go in the opposite realm. I want to be in a committed relationship because what cheaters don't understand is when you cheat, you can also be cheated on. Don't get mad at the game, be mad at the player.
Well, let me tell you now, we both know, all of us in here knows when the series started, Mel was in a relationship. We didn't know what the relationship entailed until she erased Nico's memory. Then we found out that she, cheated on Nico cheated on Greta with Mel. They broke up, and then they got together. When Mel erased the memories, they got back together. So it's like,
yeah,
Mel, you effed up. You just a hoe too.
I mean, she's her mama's daughter. I
was just going to say that the apple don't fall far from the tree now, does it?
Yep. That tree still outside. No. But I'm just saying.
The only two that came out of the relationship, came out of the family that really aren't cheaters is Maggie and Macy.
No, that's not true.
Who did Macy cheat with?
Macy was trying to get with Harry, and then when they slept with Julian and used Julian the entire time she was flirting with Harry.
I was going to say, but they weren't technically.
No. When her and Harry decided that they wanted to be a thing, she took her time. Remember, and Harry was getting kind of antsy because she was not telling Julian that they were a thing. So she was going down that route. It wasn't as extreme, but she did it. And then on top of that, Maggie cheated on her boyfriend in the pilot that she was with since high school. With Parker. She hadn't officially broke up, but she also was the other woman when Parker was dating what's her face from the Lucy from the sorority. So she did it kind of twice. So now the whole family,
all of them are cheaters.
I told you it's the Vera Jean. Mason didn't escape that.
Well, let me tell you, Marisol got two more out there hiding somewhere. They'll come out.
There's two more hiding. There are two more in there somewhere. We don't know where, but there are two of them in there.
There are two coming out, trust me. And they're by two different daddies. They're not by Dexter nor Ray. Yep. It would be funny if because Ray would have said it that they Mel would have had a couple more sisters or more sisters. No, it ain't.
I'm gonna tell you why these streams are so damn long because there's so much to talk about in the Charm universe that even after you talk about the episode, it's not like with the comic stuff. We go off the rails in the comic stuff because we just get off the rails. But in Charmed, you literally don't even realize 2 hours have gone by because there's so much. There's just so much to talk about this damn episode.
We could talk about, we talked about the episode. Then we talked about OG Charm. We talked about what's going to happen in the future. We talked about Marisol and her whole book.
You talk about Marisol and her whole book. That is your book of hoes right there. Told you.
Don't do that. I'm going to go ahead and
get my Marisol intervention.
I'm going to go ahead and get my ball of Talladega.
No, you leave her uterus alone. Tired of this.
Well, she shouldn't be occupied with like 16 charmers all over the damn universe. So if one dies, another can take up the spot. Sorry, excuse me, Kayla, you're not a part of that one for the first round.
I mean, she could Highlander herself. There could be only one, bitches. I am the charmed one.
I'm not a part of a whole clan.
That is a thing. All right, but I will tell you, we are literally at 2 hours and 23 minutes. We are having too much fun. Kenny, we have got to shut up.
Yes, we
gonna be here for 5 hours.
I told you. You see how many Marco Polos I seen you behind back to back to back. So you know we could talk.
Yeah.
Look, I'm supposed to be in the bed trying to pretend like I want to go to sleep so I could go out to eat tonight. Hell, I'm
gonna go see Doctor Strange 2 tonight, so I'm excited. So that is gonna be cool. But yeah, I do have to bounce though, because we're putting my sound booth together, which is why you're seeing this wall behind me right here is a little.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened to the other.
My sound booth is going right there, so you'll see like the edge of that in future videos. So I had to move shift around, but I have to put it together, and it's with my spouse, and it's very heavy and very hassle. So
I already told you what I would have did with it.
I know.
I would have been outside doing my voiceovers because it would be.
You would not be working. Like you would have been fired immediately. Like, well, we got to find another voice talent. All right, guys. Love you.
Love you guys.
I am building up my stamina to do something with Arrowverse. I'm building it up, guys. I also have to build up my stamina for Kung Fu, even though I like it. I just got to get in that zone, guys, because it's hard. But more updates will be starting on Monday, so pray for me because it's gonna be a rough week.
I will get you through it. I will send you some more.
I appreciate it. Happy Mother's Day to the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to the people who mamas are still out there. You know, like me, even though my mom is not out there too, I was just happy Mother's Day to her. My daughter just said happy Mother's Day to me. So it's pre-weekend Mother's Day. So it's Mother's Day. So love it. Love all the mothers out there, including Marisol, Kenny. And
she's a whole. She got like 19 kids, so she should be a mother. I mean, we should wish her one.
Have mercy. All right, guys. If it is day for you, have a good day. If it is night for you, have a good night. And we will see you in the next stream and in the next video. Make sure to like and subscribe to Kennilo'sTV. And we are out. Have a good rest of your weekend.
Bye, guys. Love you.